There we go. We're live. And we've got the whole crew here again, which is always good. And we've got a bunch of the usual crew sitting there waiting for us as well, which is also really cool. We've got Random Origins as always. We've got Jackalope seems to be there, although I haven't heard her say anything yet, but I'm sure she's there. Furry Blue Elf. Bobslayer, who... I hope you don't mind, Bob, but I sent your message to the rest of the crew to show your appreciation. It was very nice to receive. And Garman Dude has joined us. He's finally caught up with all of our previous episodes, I guess, and he's here to see it live. The poor guy. He doesn't get all that editing that we sometimes chuck in. How are we all doing? How are we doing? We're doing good? Oh, Sharpie Edges is there as well. Thanks for coming back, Sharpie. Always good to see you there. I feel bad that we don't have Hunster anymore, thanks to his change and shift. That bums me out. So, oh well, that's fine. We all good? We all doing okay? Good, nice,
adequate.
John, you're a little bit under the weather today. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling much better.
Okay.
It's just like my daughter has been sick. So I thought I'd caught something off of her, and then I was feeling like queasy, and I was like, this isn't good. And that's when I sent that message. But then after that, I've just been completely fine the rest of the day. So
sweet. That's great. Just want to say we've also got Dabber has come back as well. So we've got a lot of the usuals here tonight. What we'll do is we'll jump straight into the recap just to show how you guys got to where you currently are. So this is what happened last week.
Previously on Getting Dicey.
I stand up near the fire and look over everybody, and I just say, listen, we came all this way to save Gundren, and we failed. You've shown that you're willing to fight for the protection of the weak. It seems it may fall to us to do it again. Are you all with me?
Yes.
Indeed.
I'm in.
I don't need to say anything. It's like...
This would have been like almost perfect for Billy Goblin to appear and be like, I'm in! It may be some time before we see each other again. There are, like I said, some wrongs I do need to right. Duran rides off towards the orchard. Gundren, is it true? Last night, Gundren visited via apparition. He's urging me to find his other brother, Nundro. It was believed that Nesna had killed both Thardan and Nundro. He said it was incredibly important for the Forge of Spells to be protected. The reason Nesna was at the Waviako Cave was to get to this forge.
Will you venture with us to slay him?
If you need my sword, you've got it. The path that you take sort of winds through a few hills. You can see off in the distance a mountain, a larger mountain. What you hear off in the distance brings all of you to a standstill. The clattering of bones. Sig, you're the first to spot it. You've all heard it, but you're the first to spot it. What looks like a small army of skeleton warriors.
You see him? He's hearing something at the front door, so he's barking at it.
Nice.
He's trying his best to be a really good guard dog, but his bark's really cute.
So that was pretty impressive. You guys did a lot of loose ends got sort of tied up at the end of that last session, and you ended up really laying waste to a lot of the skelly boys that you guys came up against. Before we go, a drudge of skeletons is the collective noun. Okay, cool. A drudge. I thought army was a okay noun as well, but that's okay. Joe, you wanted to show off some of your new gear that you've put together.
That's about it.
Oh, that's
just like
okay.
I can actually close my cloak now, and
Yeah.
I got these sweet shoulder dealios. That's it.
That's okay. That's great.
That's it.
That's awesome.
I'm feeling fine and fancy free.
Can you tell us what it is? Like, it's like a cloak of something.
A cloak of something.
Plus 4
looks sweet.
something.
I don't have a particular name for it.
Yeah.
Are they metal leaves?
Yeah, they're just from a necklace I got out of the secondhand shop. Probably can't see them that well.
Are they actually clamped together, or are they?
Well, there's just a clasp hidden behind them.
Oh, yeah, cool.
It makes them look like they're joined, but they're actually not. There's actually a clasp in there.
Right.
Because I was like, I'm not doing any metal work. I'm just going to pretend like they're actually a closure.
And fake animal skin.
Yeah.
Fur.
You went, yeah. Like you weren't sure? Or like you didn't want to admit that
Someone
it was
just gave me
actually...
some scraps of faux fur.
Right.
And I was like, I will take it.
Yeah. There's another small thing I adjusted for Joe, or I should say for Murikin, after last week's session. So you remember that one of her spiders ended up much larger and having eaten its brother. I figured now was a really good time to update the spider's statistics. Spider statistics. Sounds like an Asterix character.
Yeah.
So, Joe, did you want to like share any information about your new updated spider, or?
It's just got better HP mainly, so I'm gonna hope that it can actually be useful in battle now without me worrying about it dying 100% of the time. I'm still gonna worry about it 100% of the time. Actually,
I think it's probably safe to worry about it because you don't know what's about to happen, I guess. Speaking of which, let's put you guys on the map. Where are we? We're on this map. Now, last week when we used this map, people were complaining that everything slowed to a halt. So if everything slows to a halt, can the chat please let us know? But I'm hoping it's okay.
That's what it was like in the recap, wasn't it? It was all like choppy.
Yeah. So and I think Jackalope ended up leaving us because she thought it was happening on her end. It was happening for everyone. So once we move on from this, if it does go choppy while we're using this map, we are moving on from it. I hope maybe soon, depending on what happens. So stick with us. Now, I think the star of this battle last week was probably the Baron and his ice knife. And I gotta say, from the skeleton's perspective, it kind of looks like things are
Getting dicey.
I actually did that transition well that time, so I was really. I was sitting there going, "What am I going to do for a transition?" Because I keep fucking this up. But anyway, so we did it.
I prefer the bad one.
You prefer?
I enjoy when you do it very badly. It's like a fun running joke.
And look, hey, it looks like that sold someone on following us as well. So thank you so much for following us. That's awesome. Anyway,
I love the ritual of it.
What was that? Sorry, John?
I love the ritual of it and how you don your cowl afterwards.
You got to don it afterwards. You can't put it on.
That's my favorite part.
I should put it on during the intro. That's the thing. I keep forgetting about it, and then I'm like, all right, time to put it on. But I need to put it on. Oh man, look at that. So something really cool. Someone's just Bobslayer just gave us a bunch of cheers as well, and we got some sort of.
Cheers, I would hope.
And we got a new emote or something. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Everyone's thanking it. Anyway, cool. Let's get back into it. At the top of the order is Bill. Where's Bill at the moment? He's at the back. So you guys have just been surrounded. There was a total of 16 of these skeletons. 8 of them had rushed forward with their swords out, and you had basically destroyed them with Ice Knife and a few other attacks, but mainly Ice Knife. And a few others sort of stayed back with their bows drawn. You've taken care of the 8 at the front, and a few more splintered off from the bow and arrow group running forward, putting away their bows and unsheathing their swords. Bill, I think you took quite a bit of damage from some of those skeletons and an arrow to the knee at one point as well. What's up? What's Bill doing?
I'm just gonna survey the my comrades here and just see how they're doing.
If people can describe how they're doing, I mean, it looks. I think are all of your HPs all up to date here, from what I can see?
I'm in a tree.
Not quite. It is now.
All right, cool. I mean, everyone on your side looks pretty good, except for maybe Loris, who you can see past a pile of these skeletons' bones laying in front of you.
Yeah, Loris is fairly bloodied and battered, and I think I have an arrow somewhere in my chest somewhere. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think an arrow did hit you at one point there.
Yeah.
Sildar, the last thing I think that happened was Sildar running forward and slashing out and taking out another one. He looks fine. Mirakin is still hanging out in a tree, untouched, as far as you remember.
Yes.
All right. I'm just gonna run up here next to Loris and just clap him on the shoulder and just you're all right there, big guy. And warm healing light begins to flow through his shoulder, making him feel exactly 1d8 plus 3 better.
Nice.
All right. Give us a roll of the d8.
That'd be 11.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty good.
That's useful. I like that. Thanks.
That's me.
Okay, cool. Next in the order is Mirakin atop that tree.
So I can see Loros engaged in battle with a skelly boy down there.
Yeah. Loris and Sig. Loris and Sildar.
Sildar and Sig.
And Sig is there as well.
Hello.
Am I able to, if I was to send my spider down, would it be able to be between Loros and Sildar?
Yes.
It's the size of a chihuahua, after all. I'm sure
Yeah.
it could fit between those burly men.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, I'm going to point in their direction and I'm going to whisper, "Do as the big one does," and point him in the direction, sicking him on the skelly boy they are engaged with.
Okay.
So, do I have a movable token for him, or is that something you
No,
do?
I need to get you a nice movable token.
We're going to
at some
get a
point.
token at some point.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to instruct him to run up to be between the two of them, and it's going to lash out with a bite, trying to grab on them skelly boy leg
Yeah.
meat. Well, leg bones.
Leg bones. Give us a
Alright.
roll for bite.
I have rolled.
Ooh.
My
have you rolled?
computer's so slow.
Oh. 6 by the looks of
It's only
things.
rolled a 6.
Yeah,
Oh,
unfortunately.
wait.
Huh?
Gets advantage because it's next to dear Loros,
Well,
doesn't it?
is Laura still raging?
No, I can't remember.
I think you've had an attack each turn since you've raged, and it lasts
Yeah.
for a minute, right?
It lasts for a minute, yeah. So it must be what, halfway through?
Yeah, so you'll still be going.
Oh, with advantage, I get a 21.
You do indeed. So with a 21,
Yes.
that is
Thanks, Loros.
You're welcome.
what's that? So with a roll of 21, you've definitely hit. What's the damage on that? Did it roll the damage as well?
It's rolled a 9.
No, what that's
No,
done there is
Oh.
it's rolled with advantage. So
Oh, I see it. Okay, sorry. Misunderstanding there. Well, gosh, do I have to roll manually?
I think you might have to roll that damage manually.
Character sheet.
Damn.
So that,
what?
and that gets a...
Wait! You don't get a
Oh,
D20.
sorry. No.
You don't get a
Sorry.
D20.
20 for
Damn.
Sorry. Let's try it. Damn, I'm so
Like
used
one
to
d-
these auto rolls. Roll 20 has ruined my mind.
All right, so that's 6 damage. So okay, great. You bite into the Skelly Boy's like thigh bone, or maybe the tibia at the bottom of the leg there, and just crack into it, and it sends splinters up it. It's starting to lose its balance a little bit, but it is still standing.
Yeah, go get him, Ronsan. Now it's my turn.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Are you and your spider is staying next to the skeleton?
Yes, do
Cool.
as the big one does.
Cool, perfect.
I'm going to try and crawl forward through the tree tops. Am I able to move along these tree branches to move forward?
Yeah, I mean, they're getting thinner the further away from the tree trunk that you go. So you can probably move 5 feet along those branches.
Can I jump from this tree to the other tree?
With an athletics?
Can I try at least?
You can give me an athletics check. Now, before you do that, I let you climb as high up that tree as you wanted when you went up that tree. So how high up that tree are you? Didn't you say 20 feet or something? You were quite high up.
Oh, I don't deal in feet. Don't know. 2 meters?
2 meters? You're only 2 meters up.
I don't remember giving you an actual number, to be honest.
Okay, we'll say you're 10 feet up then.
I'm going to do that sweet, sweet athletics check. Watch me fall to my doom. 13.
I'll let you roll with advantage because I'm trying to decide if 13 is enough, and if you do a better roll than that, I'll let you know what happens.
Wow, friendly DM tonight.
I rolled a 16.
All right. With a 16, I'm going to say you managed to jump across to the branches of the tree next to it.
With beautiful elven grace, I might add.
Yeah. And you can use your yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, I still get an attack. Oh my god, I feel like my turn is taking forever. Alright, I'm just gonna try and hit another scaly boy with a bow and arrow shot.
Okay, cool. Which one are you?
Do I still get a height advantage?
Yeah. So which one are you aiming for?
I'm gonna aim for the one in the back.
The one in the back?
Closest to me.
Okay,
up
cool.
the top.
Yeah.
And because I get advantage, I get to re-roll one of the thingies.
Which is probably for the better.
I'm gonna re-roll the 9. Sorry, my computer's being a real jerk.
Did you re-roll the 9? Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, I get a 20 this time.
Did you accidentally hit that dexterity saves thing? Okay.
Yeah. My computer's being a real chugging jerk right now.
Okay.
I got 7 piercing damage.
Okay, cool. So, you launch that arrow down at the one of the 2 skeletons, sort of lagging behind with the bow and arrow out, and it just hits into the skull of this skeleton, shattering it instantly, and it just drops to the ground dead.
Oh. Take that, burn boy.
Do you have any bonus actions just to spread this turn out even more? I don't know.
Yeah, because I just want my turn to take the whole session.
Okay, yeah, that's great. Are you good?
No.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to relinquish my control.
All right, cool. We are back with the Baron, surrounded by a bunch of bones, piles and piles of bones.
That's why I thought you were doing a joke about bonus actions. Like,
I'm not that clever.
Well, I am just gonna. Can't move my guy. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna move him over a little bit underneath onto this nice looking grass.
Okay, great.
Nice summer's day. It would be a good place for a picnic if these scoundrels weren't here. I'm going to attack this one here with ice knife. Right, no, chill touch. Not ice knife, chill touch.
Chill touch? Okay.
Yeah. I don't have that many ice knives. So, a 12.
A 12 is a miss for this for the skeleton in the back group. Yeah, it just doesn't really doesn't affect it. Doesn't hit it. You've sent it out, and it just doesn't seem to be doing much.
Okay, I don't think anyone saw me miss though, so I'm just gonna pretend I didn't miss, and that's it.
Okay, great. It is the skeletons' turns. We've got 3 skeletons left, so not too many skeletons left. But the one standing next to Sildar, he spent his last turn getting out his short sword, putting away his short bow and getting out his short sword, and he slashes out at Sildar with his blade. He's only rolled a 7, which is a miss. Sildar's kind of just dodged out of the way as it goes slicing past. But these 2 skeletons at the back have seen Mirakin jumping from tree to tree and aim their short bows both of them at American and Let Loose. One of them rolls 20 and the other rolls a 12.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm going to assume that 20 is a hit. It wasn't a nat 20, don't worry. It's not a crit hit.
Where does it hit?
We're just going to say this like shoots into your left arm. Just goes straight into the tree.
My
into
left
the
arm!
and straight into there. It does 7 piercing damage.
It's pierced me mightily!
Sorry, it looks like we are having some frame rate issues for the people watching, which is a real shame. I really wish I need to go back to just 2D maps. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, unfortunately. I don't know what is causing that.
Stop motion animation.
Yeah, I mean, you guys still hear the audio. That's all good. It doesn't matter too much. It'll all clear up when we move on to the next area. Cool. So that was the skeleton's turns. Loris, back with you.
All right. So I've got this one skeleton in front of myself and most of the gang is. He's pretty damaged by the looks of things.
The one that's standing in front of you is looking very wobbly on his feet.
Okay, and the other two are pretty much untouched, eh?
The two at the back?
Yeah, from what I can see.
From what you can
Wielding
see,
short bows.
they've both got their bows out and they look fine.
Okay. So I'm just going to look to Sig and Bill and say, finish this guy, and then I'm going to take off towards the other two. Oops, I just ran my tokens so far it wasn't funny. So I'm just going to charge off to this guy here and
Cool.
smash him in the head with my axe.
As you charge off, the skeleton in front of you swipes out, doing 5 piercing damage. Thanks to attack of opportunity there. And so,
Sweet.
What are you doing to this skeleton that you've just run up to here?
So literally, as I'm running, my axe is coming up, and I'm just going to slam it into his head.
Okay, yeah, give us a roll.
When I find it, sorry. All right. Roll somewhere. Here it comes.
Oh, dude.
I roll a 24, doing 9.
Yeah, that's great. You just slam that down and knock off its left arm holding the bow. It's still on its feet, but it's kind of looking confused at the bow having dropped to the ground now.
Nice.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Okay,
I'm good.
Great. Sig, welcome to the party.
Indeed. Sig strides forward, answering Loris's call, and lunges his short sword into the sternum of the skelly boy in front of him.
Cool. Give us a roll.
A measly 11.
11 is a miss. Somehow that your sword just sort of juts out and just goes in between a couple of the ribs, missing anything and everything at the same time. And the skeleton lets out a as you do so.
How spooky.
We need that sound there.
Yeah, with the xylophone.
Well, they're not
Flavor.
they're not spooking around at the moment. They're right there. Sildar sees. Oh, sorry. Is there anything else you wanted to do there, Sig? No. Sildar sees Sig swipe out, and having heard Loris's call for attack, does the same twice. He just tries to swipe out a couple of times. He does. He hits with his first one, doing 2 damage, and he hits perfectly again with the next one. So he swipes it across this thing, breaking ribs as he does so, and then smashes it back forward, severing the spinal cord, and this skeleton drops dead to the ground. So that's...
Damn.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good move by Sildar. Bill, we're back with you. Oh, sorry, you're muted.
Was this guy watching what was happening there?
He's got Loris right in front of him, so he didn't see what happened to the other skeleton.
In that case, I am going to run over. and I'm gonna try to stab this guy
Okay.
with my rapier.
Okay, cool. Give us a roll.
Advantage because I'm.
Absolutely. So give us a second roll.
Ignore the third.
Okay, cool.
Oh, please don't.
I will ignore the third. So yeah, no, with a roll of 20, and what's the damage there? 4 damage. Yeah, great. Your rapier just like hits one of his rib cages, one of the ribs in his rib cage, and the rapier just kind of like bends forward with all the pressure you're putting into it, and then just pops that rib straight through, blowing out the back of the skeleton's rib cage, dropping that one to the ground. You guys are just getting through these skeletons.
And I just call out to Loros with my bonus action. I say, Loros, did you like that? What am I saying? Of course you did.
Oh.
Sometimes they're painful.
And I grant the bardic inspiration.
Nice.
Oh, fantastic. We'll bounce back up to American, who's just had an arrow just shoot into her left arm.
She cries out, "My arm! My beautiful arm! You'll pay for this!" And she uses her wild shape, and if you were looking, you would see something quite ridiculous as she turns into a big black bear teetering on this relatively flimsy tree branch.
Okay,
and
all right.
lumbers down. Attempts to.
Before you lumber down, I'm going to get a dexterity saving throw from you.
I'm ready.
Because while a little light druid can sit in tree branches, I don't know about a hefty black.
I'm happy with however this goes for the comedy appeal of me turning into a black bear. I could have climbed down first, but I chose not to.
Oh.
Okay.
I've rolled a 7.
Yeah, you've transformed on a branch that couldn't quite handle the weight of a brown bear, and you've just done 3 damage to yourself as you hit the ground.
Feel nothing. All I feel is rage.
Okay, great.
And I charge the skelly boy at full bear speed, frothing at the mouth.
Okay.
Clamber over the corpse of the skelly boy.
I'll push
to get at him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna first. I'm gonna go in with a bite and try and rip his leg out from under him.
Oh,
I forgot to roll with advantage. Oh, crit!
You don't need to. Jeez. I swear, like, when Murikin steps up that anger, she just lays things to waste. So you just launch yourself onto the skeleton, the weight of this bear, and you were just biting into its face, into its skull, I guess, into its skull and its ribcage, and you were just mauling the ever-living shit out of this skeleton, and you sort of bring your face up and turn to Bill and Loris, and all they can see underneath you is broken bones. With one shot, you've just downed and destroyed that skeleton.
Right, she raises her bear snout up in the air and just like, "Rah!" And you see her like flailing spittle all over them.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Slightly uncomfortable.
So you guys have just taken care of all of those. I just want to just check something here. All right, you all hear just from some of the bones in the back behind the Baron. You just hear. What do you hear? See if we can.
They did it again, didn't they?
Parcel delivery.
You hear some sort of rustling from some of those bones, and the Baron looks over his shoulder and he just sees this hand launch up out of these bones, and pulling himself out of this bone rubble is a very, very familiar face. Not that big. We'll just make him a bit smaller here.
God, he's always near me.
You're always at the back.
You're always at the back of the group.
Oh, they at the back. Oh, the front, Billy.
There is a very, very familiar face staring at the Baron, and he says, Why is it always you, huh? And Billy has been added to the initiative order.
Thanks, guys.
Added to the party, like we discussed.
Yeah.
So, Murican, was there anything else that you needed to do on your turn? Theoretically, you've still got a spider that you could...
I've still got a spider. But... I don't think it can run far enough to get at Billy quite yet. It's going to run at Billy as far as it can.
Okay, well...
It's been emboldened.
I mean, it's probably
Skelly
close
Boy
enough to do so,
victory.
right? So it was standing next to Sildar, so
It's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, could it reach Billy?
How far? What's its speed? It's 35 or something, right?
Sure.
Okay, so yes, it could make it. It could make
Was
it
it
to.
convincing?
It could definitely make it to Billy.
All right. It's going to go in. It's going to do it. It's going to race towards Billy, rear up, and go in for the bite. R.I.P. runs in. I rolled an 18.
Oh, an 18's good. That is definitely what you needed. What was your damage roll for that?
I'm not too sure. It's got on here. I think last time I rolled a 1d6, but now it's saying 1d2, and I'm like,
No, it won't be a
that's pretty
1d.
crap, but
Won't be a 1d2. It'll be a 1.
I don't know if you've updated this sheet.
Well, I haven't just done it in the last 5 minutes. That's for sure. Are you sure you're looking at the runs in character sheet and not the?
Oh
not the other
god, I'm
one?
probably looking at the spider one. Yeah, there's two. I've got two. Okay,
I can remove that other one, I think.
I have a random spider sheet. Look at me slowing down the initiative yet again. All right.
That's.
All right, 1d8 plus 2. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, I've rolled a 6 plus 2 is 8.
Oh dang, that's a good roll.
And now he must make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw for poison.
Okay. And he rolled a 17. So he's
That's
saved.
probably fine.
Yeah. Does he take anything half as much damage on a successful one?
Oh, yeah.
So he gets 2
Sorry,
extra
my-
bits of damage.
Oh my god.
So yeah, your spider's just run out and attached itself to Billy's leg, and he's
so scared it's gonna die.
he's shaking his leg. He's like, "Oh God, get this thing off me! This is terrifying! What is going on?"
It rolled a net 4.
Well, you'd already rolled the poison damage before. Keep up, Joe. Come on.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry that I have to handle not only turning into an animal, but also having spells, but also having an animal companion, one of which has a red herring character sheet. So
I mean, I can take it away from you if you like. I mean, if you can't handle the responsibility.
Well, he's gonna die now anyway. So
okay, it is the Baron's turn.
Jesus. Okay.
So he's sitting there shaking his leg, and this chihuahua-sized spider is just dangling off his leg.
These spider antics have really escalated. They used to be on shoulders, and now they're running around attacking things. I've just seen it scuttle past me, and it freaked me out in the bar when it was smaller before. I'm just gonna back away and say, "Fuck off, Billy! Just fuck off." And I'm going to cast Toll the Dead.
Oh man! All right.
Which he has to do a save on. A Wisdom 14 save.
Wisdom 14. He's not too wise, and he failed. He failed that one.
Ooh, okay. So because he's already taken damage, it's 1d12.
Give it a roll.
A 10.
Okay.
10 damage.
He stops shaking his leg as Toll the Dead sort of rings out within his head, and the spider sort of drops to the ground and backs off because it's kind of like, what's going on here? Billy is almost just frozen in place right now, and before. No, we'll leave that for his turn. But it's his turn next. Is there anything else you wanted to do before his turn?
I want to get further away. I'm going to hide behind the tree trunk.
Okay.
Go sacrifice yourself and so my spider doesn't get hurt.
So as that was ringing out in Billy's head, like I said, he just goes completely quiet. The spider backs away, climbs sort of backwards over a bunch of these skeleton bones either side of Billy, and these hands, 2 hands, come up from the ground at Billy's feet, and they wrap around each of his calf muscles and just pull him back down into these this pile of bones. As just blood just splatters out everywhere. This muscular hand reaches up and slams down onto the ground. And then another one comes out of that pile. This one's covered in blood, in Billy's blood. And that slams on the ground. And pulling itself up out of the ground is what only looks like a monster-sized Billy Goblin. This thing is maybe 10 foot tall.
What?
And he is not happy. So I'm just gonna...
Grump Billy.
This is Grump Billy. This is what happens when 2 Billy Goblins get spawned at the same time.
What?
Telefrag each other.
Yeah.
So this is
Hold off the other Billy.
yeah. Okay, so that was Billy's turn getting up out of the ground. Loris, it is your turn. Oh, sorry, you're muted, Dave.
Just hear the birds.
Still muted.
Lovely.
There we go.
Sorry, I was just trying to find the button. All right, that was a little unexpected. I thought Billy would just go away and be gone. So I'm like too far away from Giant Billy, which is really annoying. Unless you're going to go from the edge of my token. No, even that's too far away.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You can get
What about-
close.
Okay. I can get close, but I'm not sure I want to.
I
be
would
fair.
I would let you dash there as long as your bonus action was giving him just a little kiss.
Oh, I want that.
a moment of beauty in Loris's destructive life. Yeah, not really sure that's appropriate right now.
Romance on the battlefield.
So what I'm going to do, I think I've still got some javelins in my and I need to question as to whether you'd allow this or not, because obviously I'm holding kind of like, would you allow me to kind of, because essentially just grabbing a javelin out of my back and throwing it, or is that like a change of weapon?
If well, you've got your axe out at the moment. If you were going to,
Got my axe out on one, so I can hold it in one hand and pull out a javelin and throw it in my other.
I would let you get the javelin out. I mean, because you've been two-handing that axe the whole time.
Yeah.
If you're changing over to a javelin, then that's going to be an action.
Okay, that's right. Maybe I will just run over him and give him a kiss then. It's actually not a bad idea. Would you allow me to run over and grapple him?
No, because that would be an action.
Grapple him with your lips, Loris.
You're fine.
So he's like 10 feet tall, eh?
Yes.
He's like 3 foot taller than I am.
Oh yeah.
I'd be kissing his cheek.
Is this fair from Loris?
I know.
We'll have to get up
Loris
when you
is finally
go.
afraid.
It's not fair. It's just. I almost
It's
feel
not
like
fair.
I'm
It's
gonna
just
have to do it now.
anti-confidence.
Yes, let's go with anti-confidence. I always feel like I have to now because I'm going to get hassled for not being like Loris.
You're too easy to stir up.
Be yourself, Loris.
Yeah.
Just do what you gotta do.
I'm totally too easy to rack up, but that's just the way I am. All right, no, see, fine. Loris is still in his rage anyway, and this is kind of he's going to lose his rage as it is because he's literally not going to attack, but he's still going to charge over there, and yeah. So what he's going to do, he's going to dash, but as he reaches here, kind of where the skellies are,
Yeah.
I want to, if you'll allow, I want to slide underneath the bones, and kind of just lie under the bones, waving.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. And while you're under the bones, I'll even give you an extra 1 point of AC while you're underneath those bones.
Bone armor.
So you've just you've done a real boner here. You've just slid under. If that's what you want to be doing, so I just want to confirm that is what you want to be doing.
Yeah, that's totally what I want to do.
All
I want to sort of, as I reach kind of the end of my dash, I just want to slide kind of slide into that pile of bones.
Cool. You are now prone at an ogre-sized Billy.
All he can see is a pile of bones. That's fine.
No, he saw you sliding. He knows exactly where you are. But that's all right.
Prone. Why did he go prone?
Because he slid under. He slid under.
Slide on his backside. And he's just lying face up. Like...
Still prone.
No, that's still prone. It's still in a lying position. It's still...
Prone means face down, doesn't it?
In D&D, it just means horizontal. It just means...
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Is Loris holding his hands over his eyes, thinking that he can't be seen, he's now invisible?
You can't see me. I'm hidden.
Sig.
Sure.
Sig, you have just seen this abomination pull itself up out of this pile of bones. Your nemesis stands 10 foot tall. What are you doing?
Sig hears the cry of Billy Goblin and the death throes of the next Billy Goblin and starts to turn around. And then he sees his foe. He aims his short sword at him and charges across the field. As he passes Loris, he looks confused for a moment as he brings down his first strike. And he yells, "From death you come, from death you will go."
All right, give us a roll.
And Sig will even cash in his sweet inspiration from like 3 seasons ago on this strike.
Actually, that's a good point. What's everyone's inspiration situation right now? No.
I have the bardic inspiration from Bill.
Okay,
but that's it.
So we're sitting with the Baron only with an inspiration point, and that's it now that Sig has used up his. Let's have a look.
Sig rolled an 18 for 7 piercing damage.
Yeah, great. Where are you aiming with that attack?
This will be a strike into the abdomen of the beast.
Yeah, great. You just stab forward and just glance the side of him, slicing him for 7 piercing damage. And Billy just he's got a much deeper voice at the size he's at. He's like, "This is not enough for my new form." And he's kind of stretching out his arms and his muscles, and he's eyeing just a small, large kind of piece of wood next to him. He's eyeing that up right now. Not Sig's large piece of wood, just a thing that belongs to the tree in front of him. Shannon. It is Sildar's turn. He sees Billy Goblin for a moment. He is definitely frightened. He's recalling his time having been just absolutely brutalized by a lot of these goblins in the past. But he shakes it off, and he too just runs forward, barely, narrowly missing stepping on on Loris there. And let's have a look. Sildar swipes out with his longsword. A total of 2 times. And he manages to catch the first one Billy sees coming and just gets out of the way just in time, but isn't quick enough to dodge the second slash, and Billy takes 4 slashing damage from Sildar. Bill, it is your turn.
Can I just ask what Billy looks like?
Billy looks almost ogre-like in size. He's 10 foot tall. He's wider than he's ever been. He's a hulking mass of muscle. He's still wearing his chainmail, but he doesn't seem to be holding any weapon at the moment. Well, he's kind of thrown away the short sword because it's too small for his large, clunky hands.
It's practically a dagger.
Okay. I'm just going to move down to here. And I'm just going to call out Aunt Billy. Just saying... actually, I'm going to call out to my party. And I'm just going to say, don't worry too much about this guy. He seems like he's pretty mediocre.
Oh, God.
That one hurt right in my heart.
Wisdom saving throw, please, DM.
Sure. He is not saved. For once.
He takes 3 psychic damage and has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Okay. Which is probably a good thing. American.
She's snapping and snarling and spit flying everywhere, and she sees a new target emerge and charges straight for it in a beeline. Which I'm just close enough to get to him with my 40 feet movement.
Oh, that's right, because your bear has a bit of extra movement, huh?
Boom, just like a hulking massive muscle comes charging at him with the speed and strength of a freight train, I hope. And I'm just gonna...
If you're gonna take a beeline, you will, because you've got like Sig, then you've got Sildar, and in between them both is just a pile of bones with a loris underneath it. So
I forgot he was under the bones.
Under.
So maybe I won't. If I take note of the Loros being under a pile of bones,
yeah,
I'm probably gonna just skid to a halt and just stop in front of the bones. Just like. That's it.
That's it.
I can't get close enough to him now. I'm not gonna jump on top of Loris. That doesn't seem right. Although, like, I think it could be forgiven if a raging bear ran on top of Loris, but I don't want to start no beef.
I would let you.
Could you just leap at him?
I would let you leap if you like.
Yeah.
Leap over
All
Loris, but it's obviously going to be dependent on your attack roll, I think.
Okay. I'm gonna try to slash out with some bear claws.
I've got the bear claws going.
Gonna slash out with them bear claws.
Oh!
It's a very good roll. It's a 9. Probably a hit.
It's not a hit, that's for sure. What we're going to do is you're going to launch yourself over the top of Loris. The Billy Goblin sees you coming and just kind of grabs you and just pushes you over his shoulder, sort of behind him, using the momentum you'd already built up. And you tumble behind him 10 feet. So we're just going to move you to about there. So he's just throwing you. You haven't hit him, but you haven't taken damage.
Which martial art is it when they use your momentum against him? That's what he's done on me.
That is
Aikido.
He's an Aikido master. Watch out, guys.
And you've still got a spider. Your spider's still sort of hanging around behind Sig at the moment.
True. Okay, Spidey's gonna go in for another. Actually, can the spider crawl up on his back so it can get to his...
If you want it to, we can make that happen.
To his neck meats. I'm going for them neck meats. All right. Do I have to roll anything for that?
Not for climb. No, that's a spider.
Right.
Spiders climb
that's
all the
actually
time.
one of his most wonderful powers. He's very good at climbing.
What's that?
And he goes in for a vicious bite.
The 17 is a miss. So
Dang!
Your spider is up on the back of Billy trying to bite in, and it just can't get past his chainmail.
Trying to give him a quick kiss.
Just on the back.
Damn, I was hoping I could get to them neck meats, but foiled.
Neck sounds so disgusting. I don't know why that sounds so gross.
Is that all?
Stay on his back.
Okay, cool. Baron, it's your turn.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. Wait.
Oh,
Does he still have to do the poison saving throw?
You didn't bite him. You missed.
Well, does it? I don't understand how the attack works. So.
If you do a successful
know.
bite, then you do damage, and you also inject with poison while you're biting. So it's kind of like that.
That makes sense.
But you've missed, so yeah, nothing. Baron, over to you.
Okay, I've seen a lot of shit go on just in this past turn. Everyone running over, sliding under like it's baseball, under skeleton, zombie baseball for home plate. And his neck meat's been attacked. I am just going to use Toll the Dead. Has he taken any damage?
He has taken some damage, yes.
Yes. Okay, well, I'll do Toll the Dead then.
Toll the
He needs
Dead.
to make a wisdom saving throw of 14.
Another Toll the Dead. Oh, he fails again. He is not good against this.
Where did he get this armor from? Okay, here's my roll. 6.
6 damage. Nice. So again, he just kind of stops for a moment, and there's that sort of a dazed look in his eyes while this ringing is just... I was going to say it. It's donging out. It's just donging out in his head.
Getting donged.
He's getting donged. And you can just see, just because it is the necrotic damage you've just hit him with, there's just a small black trickle of maybe blood coming out of his nasal cavity.
Maybe sauce.
Anything else?
No.
All right. He shakes that off, grabs that big branch that he can eye next to him, and he springs it down with an almighty crash on top of Loris. Now, it would have normally been at advantage, but he was viciously mocked and has disadvantage. So it's just going to be a standard roll. And that is a 24.
Oh!
And that just crunches down on top of Loris, doing 12 damage.
Oh, that's a bitch of a fucking thing.
And he looks at the branch in his hand. This is very good.
Yeah.
It is Loris' turn.
Okay, so as I'm just going to use my Stone's Endurance thing that I do on that attack.
Nice.
Because, it seems like I need to right now. So that means I can gain 1d12 plus 2 back. So I'll roll that now just to get that sorted. But far out, that's a nasty hit.
Yeah.
So it brings that 7 back on that one. Yeah.
So it's just 7 damage taken, is that right?
Sorry. I gained 7 back, so it's just 5 taken instead of
12.
Wait,
but you rolled a 5, right? Or is it you add 2 to that? Okay, cool. Sorry.
Yeah,
gotcha.
1d12 plus 2.
Cool. So 5 damage taken.
That is correct. Yay. I'm still pretty bloodied and messed up after that, but not as bad as I was.
How'd those bones work out for you?
Well, it was a good idea when I finally thought about it, but it sounded better than in my head. Anywho, so I'm still kind of prone. I guess the bones have been scattered.
Yeah.
Given he's sort of, because I had this idea of sort of exploding from the bones and smashing him, but he knows I'm there, so that's fine. So it's like 15 half your movement to stand up, eh?
That's right.
Okay, so I kind of want to get into sort of a semi-crouch, just up on my knee, like one knee, and sort of try and shake off the damage a bit. And then once I've shaken that off, I want to sort of leap up as high as I can. So hopefully I'm sort of at his head height. So I want to sort of jump like 3 feet and then just sort of come down onto his shoulder. That's holding that big tree thing and just sort of as hard as I can smash him.
Yeah, sounds good. Give us a roll.
Okay, great axe of damage. Here it comes. Oh, fuck!
Crit fail.
Having been, give me a D100. So if anyone who's unsure, every time we get a crit fail, we roll a D100 to see how bad that fail is. Because you know how you've accidentally been hit before by people that have crit failed, Loris?
Hold on, I'm just going to find the D100. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Sorry. Here it comes.
He's gonna miss and get my
rolled-
spider.
I rolled a 77.
Okay, it's not good, but it's a crit fail. So you launch. You're still a bit dazed. Would you say you attack mainly on the right-hand side or left-hand side? Like, are you left-handed or right-handed, Loris?
I'm right-handed, so
Yeah.
I'm coming from right to left.
Yeah, cool. So you push yourself
make
up
sense?
off the
Yeah.
ground, launch into the air, and having not really seen, just with the amount of impact that branch had on you, you're a little dazed, and you just bring that down right into the side of Sig.
I'm sorry, Sig.
Doing
I'm sorry.
5 damage to Sig.
Oh, Sig, I'm so sorry.
Sig uses his heavy master ability to reduce the incoming damage by 3.
Okay, perfect. So you got 2 damage then from that.
Nice.
My bad, so Sig.
Sig, you've just taken some damage from, I don't know, you've seen Billy Goblin smash down into this pile of bones, Loris appear from underneath it, jump up, and then just attack you, accidentally, of course, with his axe. What's up?
Indeed. So Sig remembers back approximately 12 seconds ago where he tried to call out a rally ability to Loris, and no one heard him. So at this point, he's going to use his rally ability, but with the recent events, he loses his grasp on words and just yells out, Loris! So he's going to roll a d8, and hopefully he'll get some sweet temporary HP, but -1 for my charisma modifier, which is a bonus 2.
That's better than the
So we
0.
traded help
Yeah,
for
cool.
Mr. Loris.
So Loris, you've
That's
been given
two more than normal.
Yeah.
Actually more than normal.
Cool.
And with Sig's remaining action, he's just going to try and steady himself from the incoming blow and take a swipe at the knee of Ogre Goblin Billy.
Cool.
For a 21.
Yeah, that is
6 piercing.
that is definitely a hit. You lay that into Billy's knee, and it just brings him down to his knee. So basically, that messed him up. Did I accidentally? I did. Sorry, I have accidentally done an animation there. Ignore that. Yeah, that brings Billy down to one of his knees. It drops him, and he screams. He screams out in pain. Of course it was you that could bring me to my knee, Sig! And he spits your name at you as he does so. So that's good. Anything else? Oh, you've done your bits.
It's done.
He is not looking good. He's you've done some serious damage to old Billy Goblin. Cool. I'm having so it's Sildar's turn. Sildar, having seen everything that has sort of just gone down, sees an opening on the inside of Billy Goblin's thigh, and swipes out with his longsword. It's a miss, and he steels himself and does one more swipe with his sword, and misses again. It just seems to glance off parts of the armor, despite having seen that opening with them down on one knee. Just
He's got an opening in his lower thigh area of his armor.
But yeah, well, that's what, from Sildar's point of view, he can just sort of see the little gap in the armor. Little Billy's goblins are very visible from this point of view. It's back to Bill.
How's everybody looking? Billy's down on one knee. Loris is on the ground, and
Yeah, from your point of view, Loris he's on his feet again, but he did just take he just attacked. You saw him bring his sword down accidentally into Sig. You've seen Sig slash out and bring Billy down. Everyone's, from your point of view, no one's looking overly damaged from what you can see.
all right.
The American has an arrow sticking out of her foreleg.
No, the left arm. Remember, hit the arm.
Left arm.
But she's in a bear
I said
form.
4 leg.
She's a bear,
Oh, it's a
left
bear.
leg.
Sorry,
That would be the equivalent of an arm.
That's right. Sorry.
Anatomy. Ask a druid anything.
This is going to be the greatest song that Bill sings that nobody else will ever hear.
Okay.
So Billy hears inside his mind this bum, bum, ba-dum, 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 bum, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Somebody once told me this goblin's gonna follow me. Ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. I thought, yeah, sure he's undead, but there's much that's left unsaid, and I'm sure he's better off dead. Hey now, your name's Billy. Get your gob on, get raised.
Gob on.
Hey now, you're a goblin or an ogre or zombie.
Oh,
So that voice in his mind is dissonant whispers.
Oh, I like this one. I didn't like the song, but I like this one. No, kidding. It's a very good song. It was a very good song. It was very, very good.
I loved it. That's what you've got to follow up with. Didn't like it. I loved it.
I didn't like it. I loved it. Okay, so what do we have to do here?
Brandon just gave you inspiration for that song too, Bill.
Hey.
Nice.
it's even better because any true Shrek fan knows he's an ogre, so it makes perfect sense. Just a perfect application.
Wisdom
Truly a
saving
master
throw.
of your craft.
Thank you.
So that he's rolled 12, which is probably not enough, right?
Not enough. So he takes 11 damage, and he must run away.
And he must run away.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to
If
run
he runs
away
away, does he?
because you just
He's gonna die.
melted his brain with that amazing hit of yours. And you can see before he drops, he's kind of like bopping his head to the song in his head. And then like he just stops and he's like, and then just like blood just like goes out of his nose and out of his eyes and out of his ears. And he just like drops backwards onto the ground, narrowly missing a giant black bear. Billy Ogre is dead.
Jeez.
Thank fuck for that. Jesus.
Okay, guys.
Twice in one battle was just a little too much, guys. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Just a quick question.
Hi.
Did he fall on my pet?
No. Oh, well, I would say that the spider managed to get off. I mean, actually, give us a dex throw.
Oh no.
Dex saving throw
Give
for
us
the
a
spider.
dex
I'm
saving
ready.
throw for the spider.
Just give
That's
me
a
about
good point.
5 minutes to freaking load
I'll
that.
roll it there. No, go. You'll find it. It's somewhere there. Just roll dex.
Yeah. Okay. My spider Ransen, sweet Ransen, has a +2 for dex. So, ooh, please.
Oh, God.
You rolled a total of 4, and because I'm a good DM, it only needed like 2 to get off. It's a spider, for crying out loud. It's fine. I'm being kind. I'm being kind to
You're
that
a
spider.
merciful DM.
Yeah, I'm okay. I just wanted to make you feel like it could have hurt, but it didn't. Anyway, so you guys have finished this little battle on the way to the Wave Echo Cave. What are your plans from here?
Sig would like to step forward and slowly jam his short sword into Hobgoblin Billy's ear.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You just like scoop out a big chunk of his brain. It just like runs everywhere. Sildar's got his like hands on his knees. He's sheathed his sword. And he's got his hands on his knees. And he's like,
On Billy's knees?
"No, oh man, I've forgotten his voice for him. I can't be Sildar. There it is. Who is that? Is this what you've been dealing with? Jesus." And he's very out of breath.
It wasn't that bad of a song. Like, it was fine.
So what are we gonna? I want to move away from this map to stop everything from being. So I'm going to put you guys just on the Sword Coast map because I assume there's not much you guys want to do there.
So we talked a bit about this, and we'd like to find somewhere near the Wave Echo Caves to take some time to rest up and prepare before we enter.
Right.
So I think we just spy out where the entrance is and stay like maybe if there's a road going there, we don't want to go on the road, right? We want to be like off the road, maybe on the ridge of a hill.
So the
we
path,
can spy down.
The path that you guys saw there was very much just for show on the map that I've put there. Realistically, there's a lot of overgrowth, and that any sort of path can only just be seen broken and disheveled underneath the overgrowth. So, by all means, this is not a path traveled very often.
But skeletons are coming through here.
They've come from the direction you were heading.
Yeah. So if they sort of if there's some sort of beeline that they would be going through, I think we want to be off the beaten beeline.
Yeah, I mean, off the beaten beeline. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you've got a map that shows you where to go. I mean, if you want to head too far away from that path, you run the risk of...
It looks like there's a big hill
near
the Wave Echo Cave.
Yeah, you, as you're progressing up this sort of following the path on this map, the hills are slowly becoming quite mountainous, quite large.
Do you think we could get up on a hill so that we could look down on the Wave Echo Cave where we think it would be? And we just want to scope and see if anyone's coming in and out while we have a short rest.
Yeah, well, okay. What we can say is you can...
Or a long rest. What time is it also?
Well, it's still quite... you've probably been traveling for half a day. It's probably like 2 or 3 in the afternoon at this point, now that you've finished off this fight. Loris, your rage has now subsided. I could say that you could spend the next few hours making your way up the... you're looking at the map and you're figuring out where's going to be the highest point from where you are that might still be able to give you a look at this cave. And you find a clearing up on, after a couple of hours of trekking up this hill to the left of the path. And you find this clearing and you can see out over the tops of these trees in front of you at this rather craggy looking mountain in the background. You can see maybe the hint of where a path might have been, and you can see what could be some kind of opening. I don't know how... Are any of you guys proficient at map reading? I don't know.
Cartography.
Cartography. Can you give me a cartography roll, please?
Sure. I think I'm actually not too bad at it. I don't have a specific cartography one.
Just give us a D20.
Everybody.
Just Bill. We'll add a proficiency bonus to it.
Can I just use my survival?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. That sounds good.
5.
Yeah.
Bill's like looking north, and he's like, "Yeah, this is we're good." He's like, not even, and like Shannon Baron has to actually like rotate him around towards the mountain that everyone else is looking at, and he's
saying that we're not going to ask for directions,
and Bill's like,
we're going to find it ourselves.
Bill's turning the map kind of back and forth. And he's like, I don't know. So you've found a nice resting point. You might have to do a little bit of backtracking, but you can see the mountain range that belongs to Wave Echo Cave, but you're not sure if that opening you're seeing on that cave side is the entrance or not.
Should we
I've come out of my wild shape.
Okay, cool.
I'm not a big bear anymore. I'm just an elf with an arrow in her arm.
You might want to take that out.
I mean, it's a nice souvenir.
Shall we rest?
Looks kind of sore.
It is. Thank you for noticing.
What say we take a rest?
Indeed. Do we feel like spending the night, or should we just stop for an hour or so?
Well, if we're preparing to assault a stronghold, we should come at it fully prepared. Surely, if we have time, I could prepare some potions.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds wise. Should we attack at first light?
Sounds good.
Oh, that sounds good.
Sure.
Who's got that note from the mysterious dream?
Oh, from the Dream Merchant. I've got it, so I can pull it out of my sleeve.
Okay, you pull that out and hand it over to American. American, what you can see on the note, the lettering is almost completely faded. You can still make out everything that's written on the note. You can still see the instructions for holding in your mind the item you want and holding coin in the other hand, and that it will find its way to you. You can see the list of items, but each of the items, the pricing next to each of the items is different from the last time you remember. And you can see written across, again, it's all very faded. It looks like there's barely a hint of the ink left on this note. And you can just see written across the bottom, 50% off. Get stock while it lasts.
Buy now.
Yeah.
Well, that's some luck.
So just so you make out, there's the Ring of Jumping at now 1,250 gold pieces. There's the Braces of Archery at 750 gold pieces. There is the Dust of Disappearance at 150 gold pieces. There's the Gem of Brightness at 2,500 gold pieces. And there is the Horn of Blasting at a special of 225 gold pieces.
It's like the Briscoes of...
Yes, we would have been quite the fools if we'd bought at full price.
You gotta wait for the weekend.
American, you think that maybe the duration, how long it's taken you guys to look at this, the fact that you've had it a few nights, has something to do with this fading and possibly even the sale that seems to be happening on this piece of paper now.
Well,
Get the
is
braces
anyone in the
out.
mood for some shopping?
Get those braces, American. You'll put them to good use.
50% off. We're practically saving money. You know, like, we're making
Buy one brace. Get
I like
other
the way
brace
you
free.
think.
Um,
It's probably not the sort of dust you're looking for, is it, Baron? But it might still be useful.
Still got my dust.
yeah, you do.
Well, that's for holidays though.
It's for traveling.
Dust of Disappearance. Could we pay for that as well?
But I mean, you could absolutely try. That's for sure.
Could we try to get more than one lot?
You could try. You could definitely try.
Do we have enough money for that? The brightness thing. I mean, I know, like, given we're about to walk into a dark, dingy cave, it might be useful, but I don't know if we've got enough of whatever it is, $2,500 for it.
Not in just the treasury. If we have more, then maybe. We would have limit
We
20.
have more money than we do. Then yes. Otherwise, no.
You're right. I've only got $30.
I've got this strange little frog trinket that might be worth something if they are open to barter.
I've got 180 gold pieces on me somewhere.
Ooh.
I'm not sure how I ended up with that, but
And I have 130.
5 shares of it.
But I think we're still woefully short.
So what are you guys
Maybe-
trying to pick up?
I think the braces would probably work quite well because that's something that American can use from a distance. But and we've got a potion of invisibility and the ring of invisi. Yeah, is that right?
Yes.
You currently have. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So is the dust of disappearance going to be like a triplicate thing where we might not actually use it or need it?
I say we try for it.
No, well, that's going to be $1,050 dues, isn't it? And how much do we have? 1,050.
I think we've got enough money for it.
Yeah.
We've got 1126 in the treasury.
So
Alright,
it'll be 900 gold pieces if you're going for the braces of archery and the dust of disappearance.
Oh,
Let's
because
do
that's
that.
half price too. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, do that.
All right.
Do we want the horn of blasting?
Do we want to
That
risk
sounds
that?
like something you would enjoy, Bill.
Good horn.
We'll find no more shops between here and our destination.
Mm.
Buy it, Bill. If it's crap, we can just sell it when we get back to town.
Yeah.
Let's go on a spree. We deserve this.
We need our montage.
Yeah,
I think-
everyone trying on the magical artifacts and giving like, yeah.
I think we should treat ourselves.
Treat yourselves. So what's that? So 900 plus another 225, so 1125.
Mm-hmm.
That is the treasury cleared out.
Oof,
Done.
it's all gone.
We've got 1.6 gold in the treasury.
And a frog ornament.
Sorry, what did you say? 1125.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we are down to 1.6.
Jesus.
Nice.
All right.
Crazy.
So who's gonna? I don't know if you can hold 1125 gold in one person's hand. So you might want to, three of you think of and try for an item each. Maybe is that what's going on?
Yep.
Who?
Everyone
Okay.
who's getting an item, hold the coin and say
Yeah.
and think of the item they want. So American, you hold your coin for braces. Bill, you're getting the horn of whatever it is. Who's getting the dust of disappearance?
Whoever
likes
wants
dust.
it.
Joel.
Baron does.
Baron, that's yours. You're getting the dust.
I
I
mean,
I mean, it really sounds
happy
like you
for
want this
anyone to have
dust.
I do. I just don't want to hog the dust, you know.
well, you're the only one who uses the dust. So.
All right, I'll use the dust.
Anyone can use the dust.
Yeah,
That's
we'll just
true.
get the dust. I'm gonna find out. We'll find out who uses it later. Okay.
Baron's still got traces of dust on his moustache.
Yeah, don't think of something different by mistake as you're going there. You know, like chocolate. Or...
yeah. It's probably a safe bet.
Now that you've said that, I'm going to be trying to fight thinking of really disgusting things by mistake.
Don't think of chocolate. Don't think of chocolate. Damn it.
Chocolate. Ah.
Come back with 1,000 gold pieces worth of chocolate. All right. Okay, so how do we do this? What?
All right. So as the note says, it's just a matter of holding the item in one's mind and the gold in one's hand.
Okay.
So,
I'll do it first.
Okay.
Because I've got the cheapest one. Guys, I'm holding 300 gold pieces and I'm thinking of... no, what am I thinking?
You mean 150?
150, so it's half price. I'm thinking of the dust of disappearance, not thinking of anything filthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you feel the coins just disappear from your hand. You open your hand to find nothing left in your hand.
Oh.
Well, that's shit.
As simple as that. The gold is gone.
The gold is gone, guys.
It does say on the note, though, they will find their way to you.
That's
so maybe
correct.
it's a delivery.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That's a good point. Otherwise, I would have been freaking out if you didn't say that.
Is it overnight delivery? Must be.
We'll find out.
Damn courier post, it might be 3-day delivery.
I'll follow suit. I've got nothing to lose. I want them braces.
Got 750 gold pieces.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna do
treasury, so we better do it.
Yep.
talk me through it. I need to hear this.
I place the coins in my hand, close my eyes, and I think of the most beautiful, elegant braces that you've ever seen.
Perfect. And the weight of all those coins in your hands just slowly disappears over maybe 3 or 4 seconds, and you open both of your hands to reveal nothing. The coins are gone.
As I lay down to sleep that night, I'm going to hold 225 simoleons in my hand and place them underneath my pillow. As I lay down, and I'm just going to think of the most elegant weapon, the best horn, as I drift off to sleep.
Okay, great. So is it safe to say you guys are all turning in for the night?
So we'd like to spend a few moments talking with American about the ring of cheese. Just so he knows what's up and loads it up as best he can.
And are we still planning on sending the spider down to scope out said cave before we venture forward, or are we going to leave that till morning?
Probably for morning, because I think we're taking turns now to see if people are coming in and out or anything, any activity in the cave.
Right.
Yeah. And then later on okay, that's cool.
When we get closer, we can send in there.
Yeah, sweet.
I did want to inquire whether I'm able to make any potions.
But yeah, if you've got 25 gold pieces.
Well, could I forage for the ingredients perchance?
Okay, so I guess that would mean you would have to... this would have to cut into your time. So you only need 4 hours. You can take... I guess you could take a short rest, right? Oh, no, you need to do... You still need to take 8 hours, but 4 of it's resting. 4 of it can be done doing light activity. Light activity wouldn't be in the middle of the night scouring for, like, herbs and stuff. It's like reading a book or doing something like that. So like, because it's only like 6-7 o'clock by the time you guys reach that clearing. You're welcome to spend a few hours beforehand, but it will change the time that you get up in the morning, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Does someone want to help me? I'll
We're
draw
not
them a
planning
nice
on-
picture of the herbs we're looking for.
I'm interested in nature now. You know, I'm interested in the idea of nature.
Okay. I will get a nature roll from both of you guys.
Nature.
I'm gonna roll. Ironically, I don't know how, but I'm not even proficient in nature. How is that possible?
How you're a druid and you're not even that is insane.
I've rolled a 15.
It's a good roll.
I got
perfect.
21.
So what I was looking for there was a combined roll of 25, because you got to get 25 gold pieces worth of your stuff, right? So you've done more than that. You've done 36. So you spend 2 hours since you've got 2 of you out there looking for stuff, and you return back with everything you need to make a single health potion.
I'll be like,
Such
hey,
as
American.
this.
Oh.
Nice.
You're
Okay.
welcome. Who wants it?
Sealed with a kiss. Don't you guys have like a billion health potions or something at the moment?
I'm giving it
pretty
to
sure.
Sig.
Oh, I thought you might have.
Pretty sure
Takes
Laris
the
has used most of
sweet health potion.
Right.
And Sig also inquires to American as to where the other health potions are going. Are we going to have one each, or have we got one each plus one for a couple of people?
Unfortunately, I think I can only make one, yes?
That's correct.
You've
You've only
made one, but we had 4 in our bag.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you guys had heaps.
Ooh!
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So who wants one?
Well, if we're rested
Sig
for the
hands one
night,
out to everybody, and then also has another one himself. So he has a total of 2, and everyone else has a total of 1.
I think you tough guys should have them.
I think Loris and Sig should carry a couple each.
Sig now has 2.
Okay, cool.
Loris has 2.
Yeah, keep track of that, guys. Definitely
So
keep
is
track of
that
that.
one left?
So we have 5 total.
5 total.
Yeah.
Let's give one to the Baron.
Okay.
So the Baron,
He doesn't have any healing spells.
the Baron's like, I don't intend to really get out there in front of
I'm
anyone.
not trying to do that. Anywhere near. This fucking Billy shows up.
you
Die in one hit.
know
Speaking-
Billy's going to be after you.
I was going to say, how long is it until the next Billy? Oh no, it's still a way away.
It's a while away.
Yeah,
I'm just
Brandon,
gonna-
let's keep it that way, huh?
yeah.
I'll ask American when we're foraging, do you think you could smoke any of this stuff?
Mm.
Oh, of course. We druids are well versed in such things.
All right. Maybe I'll get some
Grab
tips.
some of that. Grab some of that. Yeah, we can celebrate with that later.
Give me a nature roll.
Oh, no.
Me
She
or
says
what?
confidently.
Mhm.
Not a survival, you gotta survive.
Whoa.
Oh, it's good.
Like it's
That's an 18
it's
for drugs.
exactly what American describes it to be.
All right.
That
so I'm
one
gonna-
will make you fly high.
I'm gonna
Okay,
write
maybe
that
not
down.
exactly. Like it's not going to make you literally fly, but you might get high. Yes.
420, please. Okay, so I just before we go to bed, or the last thing I do anyway, I'm going to try out this ring of Invisi.
Okay, I need to bring up the details for that again. I think you've just made Random Origins very happy. All right, so you're just putting the ring of Invisi on, is that right?
Yeah, I'll put it on my own finger even.
You're gonna put it on your own finger. Can I get? Okay, so you hold up the small ring. On the inside again, you can just see the inscription "Ring of Invisi," and the rest is kind of illegible. And you place it onto your which finger are you placing it onto?
Okay, I'm going to put it on my left pointy finger.
The left pointy finger. You place it on, and can you give us a roll of a D8?
Oh,
Looks like Bill's trying to say something.
Oh, Bill?
Oh.
No? Okay.
No? Oh, he's just
maybe it
pointing
was
with
his
his finger.
finger.
I thought he was like, excuse
I'm just
me.
trying to work out which one was my left pointy finger.
I got a 5.
Okay, so when you place it onto your finger, before your eyes, the ring just vanishes.
No.
So you
awesome, the ring appears.
you can still feel it. You can still feel it on your finger.
God, it's so magical.
But it's just invisible now.
Wow.
So
Right.
Baron hasn't disappeared or anything, just the ring on his finger.
No,
has
like
disappeared.
the Baron looks around. He's just like, I
Guys,
don't
can
know.
you see me?
All of you guys can
See me?
see. Yeah.
Can you see my finger?
It looks like a finger, yeah?
Yeah, touch it.
What have you done? What have you done?
Touch it.
Oh, I don't want
Sig
to.
walks forward.
I'll touch your finger.
Yeah.
You can all
Yep.
you can all
Weird,
feel
right?
you can all feel that there's a ring on the finger.
Whoa.
Well, those who touch up the Baron's finger can feel that.
That's
Wow.
One of the
special
less exciting magical items I've ever seen.
But that's all
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Quite the novelty trick, isn't it?
Someone sounds jelly.
So if we're going to call it a night, oh, sorry.
I've got, sorry, 2 more things. The first
Jesus.
of which is I sheathed my sword
Oh,
after
right.
the battle of Hubby Gobbly Goblin.
Okay.
So do I
and
need to roll some
yeah.
stuff?
You need to roll a D3 if you're sheathing it.
Every
slash
time.
RD3? All right.
It should have just been a D6. So it's a
He
2.
rolls a 2.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah, so with a roll of a 2, you just place the sword into the sheath, just with nothing. It just slides in perfectly fine.
Nice. And one last thing is that Sig would like to put his Monterey Jack cheese, which he found in the Goblin Cave, into the cheese ring.
Well, the cheese ring is not accepting any cheese. It's still got 3 holes on that cheese ring.
You'll squirt cheese out.
Yeah, American has kind of explained to you that from what she can tell, you just need to concentrate on cheese and it will produce cheese. And when you do so, one of the holes fills in. So there still seems to be 3 holes left on that cheese ring.
Right. Sig remembers that he should have paid more attention when listening to American, and does exactly that.
All right, so give us,
Reducing the whole count to 2.
okay, cool. Give us a D20. Roll for cheese.
It
6.
rolls a 6.
Yeah, 6 little blocks of cheese just go out of the ring, just fart their way out of the ring onto the ground in front of you, and you just start reeking. Your entire body smells of rotten cheese, and the ring has indeed filled up one of the holes and is now a dull color.
That
golden
stench
colour.
is really going to be good for us being quite stealthful tomorrow.
Sig thinks that he should have done that after a long night's sleep.
Oh, well, you guys haven't had your sleep yet.
Before.
You guys haven't had your sleep yet, so might be okay. Joe.
Am I... Can I just say to Baron, do you mind if I try that ring on? Perhaps it only works on those that are blessed with radiant beauty beyond compare.
Wow!
All right. Do you know anyone like that?
I did.
All right. I'll take the ring off.
You pull, and it's not coming off. In fact, it seems
no.
like as you pull, it's almost biting down into your finger.
Fat fingers.
Awesome.
I'm assuming it's because I got fat fingers now.
They're not that fat.
It almost
Plump, yes.
it almost feels like if you pulled this hard enough, it would take the entire finger with it.
Oh, do it.
Sausagey fingers. Okay, well, sorry, I can't get the ring off. It's kind of worrying. Do you have any grease?
Maybe a little bit of water retention is.
Yeah.
Oh, so bitchy.
You can hardly tell you're bloated. It's fine.
It must be all this cheese. Sorry. If I do manage to I'm just going to pretend it's not actually stuck and try and forget about it.
Okay, cool. So is everyone done with their pre-night shenanigans? All right. So you'll fall asleep, and it's a rather.
Someone's watching, right? We're taking turns.
Oh, you take it so someone's on watch. It's going to have to be someone with night lookers, I guess, if you're looking way off in the. Actually, your dark vision's only 60 feet, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if someone comes out holding a torch, you'll be able to spot them.
That's true. Okay. So it's are you guys taking shifts, eh? So
Yes.
So it's about after the hike up, it's about 6 o'clock. After the venturing out to find the herbs and stuff for the health potion, and then creating the health potion, you're at about 9 o'clock at night. You've all done all your bits and pieces, and you're all turned in for the night. What we can say is that you can have sort of take shifts and all get a long rest total if we get up at maybe 7 in the morning, if that's okay with you guys. At about who do you think would be on shift at around 3 in the middle of the night?
Sig and also Bill.
Sig and Bill. You guys are sitting on a small makeshift log, keeping an right. And you've seen nothing from the mountains so far, and suddenly you both feel quite lightheaded, and you both just pass out down on the ground. Everything is black, and then you notice that you can see yourselves despite the black, and you're all standing in your pajamas next to each other in this blackness. You can see off in the distance just a small glow. And then with just one step, you happen to be directly in front of, yet again, this weird dreamlike figure. He hands you 3 items, one to Mirakin, one to the Baron, and one to Bill. You can't hold their form or their shape in your minds. You can't even hold the form of the thing that's handing this to you in your mind. And as quickly as it was there, it's again gone. It's shot back off into the distance, just this light. And then you're looking around at each of you as the darkness falls back over you, and you all wake up at 7 in the morning.
Whoa.
Ooh, yeah. Overnight delivery.
Yeah, overnight delivery.
Amazing. Have you seen these braces?
Because, so you've woken up, and Mirakin, the first thing you see lying next to you is this beautifully crafted bracer. It matches almost identically what you pictured in your head. The Baron has a small pouch sitting next to him. And Bill, there is a beautifully ornate horn in your hand under the pillow. You like where the gold was. You're lumpy, and you lift it up, and it's there. Yeah. But with that, we'll take our 5-minute break. I think it's a good time for that.
I'm going to say I dreamt of the Briscoes lady, but I couldn't.
Why are you dreaming of her? My God.
She is actually an undead construct. Did you know?
That just makes the Briscoes thing really scary.
So now is a really good time to top up your drink if you need it. Oh, what was that? Sorry, John?
My top Briscoes fact. So they got rid of the Briscoes lady.
What?
For like a year. And sales dropped by 20%.
Whoa.
No way.
So they brought her back, and they had to pay her like triple what she was on.
Yeah, get it, Briscoes lady.
You're obviously trying to get me back because sales have dropped, or like she kind of worked it out.
Yeah.
It's like good on her.
Which she's hyper intelligent as well.
Oh, okay. 20% worth of sales more than get it back. You're like, wow.
That's huge. That's
truly a formidable foe.
Then they took 50% off that.
They just had to wait a few days, and all of a sudden it was on a discount.
Yeah,
just make it work. Just make it work a week. That's
The fools didn't make the offer on a weekend. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Well, she had to do the sale. She's you don't have to pay that much.
Oh man, I just want to say we've had some really, really good stuff going on in the chat today.
Busy,
man, we've had 1,
3.
2, 3. We've had 4 new followers, which is fantastic.
Wow.
Greg B, and Spartan Relic and Doom Dragon. They've all got awesome names. Octobos. It's really cool. These new followers, which is fantastic. That's pushed us over 260 followers, which is super cool. We've also just had bits coming out the ass thanks to some sort of cheering idea of just trying to get as many Billy Goblins out as possible. So we managed to get 2 Billy Goblins spawned, and that's why it was the nice big ogre. So if you guys like Billy Goblin, if you like what he does, there is an awesome shirt designed by Joe, our very own American, just there, which is available in our merch store, and it looks awesome. Ours are currently in the post. I can't wait for it to show up because it just looks so cool. And we've also got another shirt of just the lineup of the crew as well, which was also designed by Joe. 2 incredibly cool shirts. Speaking of shirts, I'm still going to be doing another giveaway. I was meant to be doing it tonight, but we'll leave it till next Monday. Next Monday, just next one. So I can actually let people know that it's because I forgot to let people know. That's on me. But so if you're subscribed to us, you'll be in the draw next Monday for a free Getting Dicey shirt, which is super cool. You get to pick the color, you get to pick the size, because it would be weird if I picked the size, because it would just be wrong. It'd just be the wrong size. Also, we've got a Discord as well. If you guys enjoy what you're seeing, and you want to talk to us about what we're doing, and even if you want to talk to us about what D&D games you guys are playing, come and join in our Discord and have a chat where pretty much someone's in there every day talking about something. It's pretty awesome for that. We don't
and roll for cheese.
Come roll for cheese. You can totally roll for cheese. I should actually make that a thing that I can do that with bots and stuff. So I should definitely have a cheese roll. But we don't just talk about D&D. We talk about a bunch of stuff. So definitely pop in. And that's and if you like what we're doing, if you haven't already hit the follow button, please do hit that follow button. And if you want to see some of our previous stuff, because we are 27 sessions into this campaign, the previous 26 sessions are all on YouTube, or we've got them highlighted here on Twitch if you don't want to go to YouTube. We've also got like 16 podcast episodes out, which is so it's about 10 weeks behind where the live streamers. But yeah, you guys have been awesome. You viewers today have been fantastic, super vocal.
Yeah,
lots
what's
of
everyone been chatting about?
Okay, if I scroll through that,
I can't have the stream active at the same time.
Yeah. Someone said Sig looks the best.
He is the best.
He is the best. That armor is just
American's eyes.
Yeah, Loris's eyes, and American's whole face is the cutest.
You're allowed to say that.
Totally allowed. Those filters that American and Loris both have on were also designed and created by Joe. She's just amazing. Look at that.
Just for context, I'm married to him, so he's not creeping on me or anything.
I'm married to her. It's great. We had X-Cat Darkness pop in for a bit and say hi, but then he snubbed us for Overwatch. That's just rude.
Oh wow, sad, disappointing.
And I'm really stoked. Bobslayer, the one that gave us that super nice message throughout the week, has despite it being really late for them, is here watching. So that's super cool. They had a lot of people loving John's song.
So good.
It was pretty good. There was a bit of a fear on your spider being killed as well. I went easy on you with that one.
You didn't have to go that easy. I don't mind. Yeah. My philosophy right now is like, how boring would it be if I got the spider and was like, I'm never going to use this just in case it dies? That would be so lame.
Well, realistically, what was going to happen was it was going to take probably 3 damage or something, and then you were just going to have a rest and it's going to be fine. So I just didn't bother. I just didn't care.
Plus, it also can blink out of existence at some points as well, which is pretty cool.
It can.
Right when it dies.
Yeah.
What?
Right as it dies, it just blinks out of existence, and that's it.
Yeah, that's just a euphemism for it died.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Octobos says snubbing for Overwatch is acceptable. It's not acceptable. We're way better than Overwatch, I think. I've never played it. If Overwatch is 5 people playing D&D, then we're clearly better because we've got 6. I've never played it. What do you guys think of Billy Ogre?
Billy Ogre was immensely mean.
Oh, I loved it.
He went down faster than I thought he would.
I didn't give him quite ogre stats because I was kind of like, that almost would have been cruel, I think.
Loris was very lucky.
Yeah, Loris was incredibly lucky.
Loris had a thought that if Billy had decided to attack him, he was going to ask if he could try and block it, and then he still had bardic inspiration to sort of block. So I had assumed that maybe Billy would try and stand on.
Wait! You're just going to ask if you can block something? That's not how D&D works.
So I was kind of thinking that maybe he was like, he'd try and stand on me, so it'd be a test of strength or something, so I could use my bardic inspiration.
Right. No, if he was going to stomp on you, it would have been an unarmed strike. It would have just been a stomp. There would have been no test of strength. He didn't. What do you mean he would have missed? He didn't miss with his.
He's like, don't worry, I won.
Yeah.
It didn't happen though.
I still beat him.
Octobus is saying he was impressed with Billy's lip syncing. He's never watched before, so maybe I do that. I do. I've got like a little. Oh, if I can hold this up, maybe I can't. Hopefully, I don't want to unplug anything. I've got like a little stream deck with a bunch of little characters that I can just pop between. I've got heaps of them there. I almost spoiled something as well, but I better not. So I've got loaded up at the moment. I've got Sildar, who is currently traveling with them, which I keep forgetting that I have these people with you. So you gotta feel free to talk to them. And that is Sildar. We've obviously got Billy. Yeah, we've got a few. I don't want to just sit there. That's just for me, really. I'll just be entertaining myself. But yeah, we'll see what happens, because if you guys are all ready, I don't know if John's ready, but we could probably get back into it now. Yeah. All right. Let's get back into it. Put you guys back on the map of the world.
Night Forest. Oh, Night Forest 2.
Well, it's 7:00 in the morning. You guys have, so it's probably not a night forest. Oh, you've set up scenes now. That's great.
That's cool.
I've always got those things.
Oh, right. That's cool. All right. So you guys have woken up. The one thing, as you reach out, Baron, for the little pouch of dust next to you, you notice that you can see the ring on your hand again. It's back. It's just sitting on your finger. Sig, you've noticed that your stench has disappeared, and that the ring, the cheese ring on your finger, has got its color back. It's sort of like almost glowing with yellow gold. So, hood on. What are we going to do?
I'm going to cast mage armor with my staff.
You're going to cast mage armor?
No. Yeah, it's just the glass stuff that we got off of glass stuff.
How long does that last for when you cast mage armor? How long?
10 hours.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome.
Maybe 8 hours, I've forgotten.
I'm going to have to keep track of that. Definitely have to keep track of that. Okay, cool.
So do we want to venture closer to the cave and find somewhere a little bit safer and send... I forget your spider's name, Rick, and I apologize. Send the spider into the cave and to do a bit of a sightseeing adventure?
Sightseeing adventure. That's a euphemism, really. Shall we risk dear Ransen's life to scout for us? Is that what you're trying to say?
Risk his life? Surely with your potion of invisibility, you could make him invisible. Or a spider could just walk into the cave and I could piggyback him with my beast sense spell / ritual thing.
Well, are you going to get on its back?
No, mentally speaking.
Yes, okay. Explain to us a spell. Yeah. Please, go on.
As a ritual, I can cast beast sense, and which means that I can see, hear, and sense everything that your little spider creature does, and I can obviously explain it to you. And I could do this for an hour. So basically, we can send him into the cave. I can see and hear and smell what he does, and we can kind of get a feel for what's going on.
I think that's a wonderful tactical idea.
Agreed, Mr. Loris. Let's do that.
Sounds good.
But maybe we want to get a little bit closer because the spider walking however far we are might take a bit of time.
Yeah, the cave opening that you guys have been keeping an eye on. First of all, you need to sort of make your way back down, maybe close to the path that you were on, because it doesn't look like there's any way up to that cave other than via one specific road or route anyway.
So how far away would we be approximately? Like, I'm assuming if we double back and then walk the distance to the cave.
Let's have a quick look here. It'd be like a 2-mile trek downhill, followed by another maybe 3-mile trek up a mountain. Like that part's going to be quite difficult.
Okay.
Definitely don't send the spider by itself. Then.
No, maybe not from this distance.
Yes, let's get as close as we can.
Closer. Yeah, let's get a little closer. That's a little bit safe, but still with some hiding space, so we can cast my ritual safely and send the spider on his way.
Yeah, cool. So I mean, if you guys want to get, well, how close to Wave Echo Cave do you guys want to get before you look at sending the spider?
About throwing distance.
So you want to be nearby, like near the outside of the cave.
25 to I would have thought within 25 to 50 meters, so we can still be kind of hidden. It's a safe distance away.
All right, so we'll say that you guys trek down this hill and start heading up this mountain. All the greenery is gone after another hour up this mountainside, and the next 3 hours of trekking is relatively grueling. By maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys reach this opening that you can only assume it's the only opening that you've seen, and it's the only opening that has a path sort of leading to it. A quick look at the map by someone not Bill, you realize that this has to be the cave.
Better be.
So
I think this is the cave.
Bill,
It's our cave.
I was just going to ask what Loris casting a ritual looks like.
Yeah, good point.
I have a way of describing it. It's a little bit rough, but we'll get there. So assuming Murican is going to allow his spider to come closer to me, and I can talk to him, because I've actually got to touch him to be able to sort of commune with him and go through that process.
She's just holding him like a little pet cat, and she just holds him out.
Cool. So I'm just gonna randomly I find a feather just sitting on my couch.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I've got several feathers. Random. Bloody dog. Anywho,
dogs don't have feathers, Dave.
No, but the dog bites.
As a druid, I can confirm this.
Bites the cushions, and they've got feathers in them.
Is it a down couch?
Yeah.
It's not a down couch, but the cushions are full of feathers.
There we go.
Anywho, so taking the spider in my hands, I'm just going to kind of carry him off and go off to a kind of not quite a secluded area, but sort of a quiet space, because I haven't done this before, so I want to sort of concentrate and make sure I'm not going to get disturbed. And I have beast sense in Roll20 somewhere, so I just want to press it so people can see what it
perfect. That'd be great.
So just rolled there. So basically, I touch a willing beast for the duration of the spell. You can use the action to see through the beast's eyes, hear what it hears, and continue to do so until you use your action to return to normal senses. So it lasts for an hour, but I think it takes me 10 minutes to sort of do my ritual thing. Basically, so the way I sort of envisage it is that I'm holding this chihuahua-sized spider, which is kind of weird because I'm not used to something that big, or a spider being that big for a starter. But it's sort of looking into its 8 eyes, kind of getting a feeling for a bit of a communal sense of safety and well-being. Just trying to pass on that I'm not going to squash him, because that's normally what I do. Reassure him that everything's safe, kind of just sort of stroke him gently, and then raise his kind of forehead to my forehead, and we're just going to kind of sort of press heads, and I'm going to close my eyes and just kind of hum softly to myself, and I'm going to do that quietly for 10 minutes, and that's kind of my process of casting the spell and communing with him.
That's fantastic.
So that's how I saw it happening.
Yeah, Loris, after 10 minutes of this, you open your eyes, but you're face to face with yourself.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you're now seeing and experiencing life out of the eyes and senses of this spider being held by you.
That's a little trippy, but yeah, I'm holding myself. Random.
From what Mirakin can see, Loris has just gone into this serene state of calm. There's no movement to him at all. He's stopped his humming. His eyes are closed. So that's what you can see.
I'm just peeking around a tree and I'm like, so he loves him.
So I think you'll need to tell the spider to go do something.
Yeah,
I don't have the power to control the spider. I just see and sense what it hears and stuff.
I'm going to give it a little pet, which might feel weird, actually.
That's a little awkward, yeah.
You just, I don't know if you feel that, but that's weird.
Loris does feel it.
I don't like it. I'm going to direct it into the cave and whisper, come back the instant that danger arises.
Now, it doesn't understand common.
Okay, can I cast Speak with Animals?
You can, you absolutely can.
All right, if I'm going to cast Speak with Animals, I'm going to give it more in-depth instructions and let it know to relay back everything it sees and to be careful, stay out of sight, look for traps.
Okay.
And report back.
Yeah, I don't know if a spider knows what a trap is.
Mm-hmm.
So feel free to give some detail about what you want it to be on the lookout for, or even
spider.
Because Loris can hear as well. So if you want to think about two things, basically you want to think about what you're telling the spider to go in and do and for how long. But you don't need to worry about getting information from it because Loris afterwards will be able to tell you everything. Yeah. So what would you like the spider...
Maybe it's not even worth casting Speak with Animals then.
Otherwise it's not going to know what you want it to do. Like, Loris can't control it, so it needs to get its direction from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've done my best. I don't know that I can really explain the concept of what a trap is. If it doesn't know what that is, it doesn't know what that is. If you see anything that should not be in a cave, I mean, it's not that smart.
You've got that spell. You've got a direct
I'm just banking
line...
on Loris noticing, not the spider.
But Loris doesn't control the spider.
No, but he'll notice the traps, I would hope.
Loris would, but the spider won't.
I will understand what the spider sees, but I can't communicate what the spider anything.
I'm going to say stay on the walls, stay on the ceilings.
Yeah.
And okay, are you going to tell it how long you want it in there for, or because otherwise it could just go in there and it's in there forever.
Come back within the hour.
Okay, cool. All right. So you place. Sorry, Sig.
As Mirakin is talking to a spider, Sig walks forward towards Mirakin and has a little checklist which he refers to in his book. Floor plan, number of enemies, entries and exits. That'd be great. Thank you, Mirakin spider person.
Loris, you're hearing all of this coming out of Sig's.
You certainly are a scholar. I'll also try my best to relay what he says to the spider.
Okay, cool. All right, you place the spider down on the ground. Loris, your view is very close to the ground now, and the spider just makes its way, scoots off, just runs straight for the cave entrance. What are the rest of you guys going to be doing for the hour that the spider is in there?
Sig will be ready on guard in case any enemies attack.
Okay.
Am I able to take a short rest?
Yeah, for an hour.
Get that one measly spell slot back.
Yeah, totally. If you want to do that, that's totally fine. Okay, so we'll switch to Loris here. Loris, what you see is the spider makes its way into the cave. It can see about, and therefore you can now see about 60 foot ahead of you.
Cool.
the spider it's a little disorienting for you because it does make its way up the side of the cave wall, and you can feel almost at all of your fingertips and your feet just the wet, cold rocks. You're feeling this as well.
This is trippier than I was expecting.
Yeah, the passageway is from the entrance of the cave. Now you guys can all see down into it. Maybe the elves amongst you can see a little further in, but for the most of you, you just see a dark cave without any light. There does seem to be a bit of a breeze coming through. As the spider makes its way further into the cave, Loris, you see right on the edge of what you can see the corridor open up into a relatively large room. There are stalagmites and pillars of rock. You're taking this all in, and the spider now throws itself up onto the ceiling of this cave, and you're getting a sense of vertigo as it's quite high at this point of the cave, maybe a good 20 feet above the floor, which is now above you. The spider continues its way investigating this room. You can see in one corner of the cave what looks to be a dead body, a small dwarven body, dead. Lying sort of dead up in the corner. Good. You can't really make out too much, too many details in regards to it, and the spider just keeps making its way further into this. You're now surrounded by darkness, but thanks to the spider's dark vision, you're able to see sort of black and white shapes and details and things. Because you're upside down, like I said, you're upside down. The roof, the ground is now the ceiling, and you see as a part of that ceiling, it sort of move up quite steeply. Another. How big is that? I think it's another 20 feet. At that area. Let's just have a quick look. I just want to make sure I get that right. It's another 20 feet up, and the spider makes its way. It probably spends a good 30 minutes just investigating this area that you first went into. It's while it does have some size, it's still making its way through this big room. You can see these three. You've kind of figured out there's maybe 3 stalagmites. From your view, they look now like stalactites, but the other way around, that'd be stalagmites. And the spider eventually makes its way into this pit and climbs even higher up into this room. And the ground is now a good 40 feet below you. The other thing you've noticed is that almost every 2 to 5 minutes, there's just a booming sound of what sounds like pounding waves just echoing through this cave system. And every time you hear that, the ground underneath your fingertips and feet kind of just shakes just a little. The spider spends another 30 minutes kind of just investigating this pit area that you've climbed up into. And doesn't really, you sort of see maybe a hint of an opening over on the side, but the spider comes to its senses and almost exactly after that hour is over, starts scuttling directly back towards the entrance of the cave.
So after that hour ends, basically, I guess I just snap out of my little trance and my vision and stuff is gone.
Yeah.
And I think after that trek, coming back out of it, I am actually going to just wipe that off and that was weirder than I was expecting. But while it's still kind of fresh in my memory, and I assume while the spider is returning, I'm just going to regale what I've seen and explain. And obviously, there's a dead dwarven body on the floor in this big chamber. That might be something that's kind of useful. Didn't see any people or any enemies, but there's obviously a fairly large wave sound going on, etc., etc. We best get down there and have a look, I think, when Spidey comes back.
Baron.
Could you sketch us a little outline of what you thought the layout was?
I could try, but my drawing's not that great. But so sure. If you want me to give a roll, how good my drawing is.
I'm going to see what would be a good roll. Give me just a intelligence check, I guess.
Intelligence check.
Yeah.
Intelligence isn't that bad, but an intelligence check. Not a savings throw, but an intelligence. Hang on, here we go.
And I'm going to do it with disadvantage because you saw it all upside down and you were kind of a bit
all right.
weakened by all of that.
There you
mentally.
Go. I rolled a 7.
A 7. Yeah, he draws you.
Not bad.
He sort of. Have you got a piece of? You hand him something, and he draws this shape. There's like he draws the long sort of entrance way that he travelled down. He's drawn like just a big circle for a big open room. He's drawn 3 circles for where he thinks those stalagmites might have been, and then another sort of half circle coming off that bigger circle. And then that's where he believes that extra height that he went into might have been.
Okay. This going straight on the fridge, Loris.
Aww.
Good.
It's nice to see someone appreciating my little spider child. Thank you.
Spider's awesome.
Ooh, actually, that's...
Okay,
Oh.
Love it.
Wow.
Good.
A dead body of a dwarf. I'm hoping that's not Nandro. But I know there were more brothers.
Mm.
I think we should make haste and enter this cave. Nesna must be stopped.
Yes.
All right, so what order are you guys all moving into this cave system?
I think us night lookers should go first, but we might need torches, yes?
Night lookers first. Sig and I have got torches, so that'll be fine.
All right, so
Bill?
American and Bill at the front. Is that good? Bill? Yep. Whereabouts the rest of you?
We'll just go at the back.
Yeah, I'm still feeling a bit queasy, so I'm just going to amble at the back
All right, so
until I get
It
my
will be
feet
just behind the front.
yeah, you've got Sildar next to you as well. So you basically 2 by 2, you move into this relatively tight tunnel. It's maybe only 7 feet to 8 feet wide, so you're kind of almost 1 by 1, maybe staggered, as you make your way into this tunnel. And like Loris experienced, it's the further down into this tunnel you go, the colder it gets. The further into this tunnel you get, the damper it gets. But the ground beneath you seems to be quite smooth. It's obviously borne a lot of traffic as the stone beneath you, while natural, has been really flattened down. So let's move you, guys. We're moving you into the Wave Echo Cave.
What?
Dum dum dum.
And you might want to.
Is it stone?
Yeah, it's all just natural rock and stone.
I liked that what we learned from our scouting mission was that there were echoing waves in the Wave Echo Cave. Amazing.
Yet, I bet you didn't see that coming. Surprises for all.
Plot twist.
Yeah.
Plot twist: the Wave Echo Cave echoes.
Exactly.
Wow.
Waves.
So yeah, the two of you at the front, you at the extent of your night vision, you still see nothing but from your current position. Good. How far in are you? Maybe about 30 feet at the moment. Good 10 meters in. It's still just tunnels. The walls are kind of damp and wet. It even smells damp at this already. And all light in front of you is really gone. Like the only light can be seen from the torches being held, and from your dark vision. So yeah, where to from here? The two at the front.
Proceed.
Yeah, so I guess American and Bill, how are you proceeding? are you moving quickly down this corridor?
I think we should try to move cautiously, looking for any kind of danger.
Okay, cool. Sildar is close behind. Now I copied these tokens from a previous map, so they should all be maxed out with health. So just make sure that they're all bumped up. Cool. Okay. So let's say you guys move to the edge of that light, and we'll just make a little more.
American charges ahead.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. She already knew that the spider would have alerted you guys of enemies, I guess.
The spider's back, right?
Yeah, you've got the spider came back. And it's all good. It's all fine. It's all happy to be there.
I'm gonna give it a pat and a kiss.
Roll for kiss. No kidding. So the entrance tunnel leads into this large cavern that Loris detailed to you before. It's supported by a natural pillar of rock, and it contains 3 stalagmites. Yeah, there looks to be... American, you can kind of see a bit further into the darkness, both you and Bill, and you can see what looks like a few bedrolls off towards the sort of northwest of this room, and it looks to be there's some sort of supplies up there as well.
Sig calls back to Sildar. Hurry up, man!
And I call to Sig, shh, man.
You got told.
All right.
Let's continue forward cautiously.
Okay. Cool. What I'll do, I'll reveal the majority of this room. We'll say that the light from the torches is enough to fill up the majority of this room. But they are casting some serious shadows from the stalagmites coming up out of the ground. You can sort of see amongst the supplies off to the sort of northwest of this room a body of a dwarven miner. It looks like it's... So that's a callback to another joke. That's great.
Minor, not minor.
Yeah.
God.
Where is the door?
Oh, sorry. What was? There was a couple of you talking there.
Bill?
How old does the miner look?
The miner looks to be in his maybe 60. Well, he looks like an adult. But from what you can make out, he also looks like he's been dead for quite a week. Maybe not ages, but enough to be starting the decomposition process. So he's just...
Where's his body?
I've just marked with a little black X. Let's move this up. So he's just sort of tucked away around with some supplies.
He's hoping it's Tharden, who we suspect.
Should we search him and see who he might be?
See if he's got a wallet.
Agreed, Merkin.
Look for his ID.
So who's going up? Because you're all just sort of standing in the middle of the room.
I'm going to gingerly proceed towards him.
Same.
Okay, cool. Sildar follows
I'm
up
quite
behind you as well. And when he sees what the dwarf is wearing, he recognizes him. He goes, Tharden. Oh dear. Recognizing him instantly as Gundren's brother, Tharden.
Oh.
So was
Tharden the one that we thought was already dead, or was Tharden the one that was already was alive?
Tharden was the one Gundren said had told Sildar that he was now with in the afterlife.
Okay, right. Cool.
You've noticed that
Nandro might still be alive.
possibly.
Yeah, so there's the other one that might still be right. Okay.
This body is sort of amidst a bunch of supplies. There are sacks of flour, bags of salt, casks of meat, lanterns, flasks of lamp oil, pickaxes, shovels, and just a whole bunch of mining gear.
Can I ascertain maybe how he died? what the cause of death was?
He's definitely decomposed. Can you give me a medicine roll? An investigation. We'll give it an investigation.
Okay.
Am I able to help?
With a 21, he does definitely not need any help. His head has just been caved in for the most part. There's also
In a cave.
Yeah, he's also got a few stab wounds. He was looks like he was
So
pretty
like a
brutally taken care
blunt
of.
force.
Yeah,
He's been murdered.
yeah. During your investigation, you do notice it feels weird, sort of talking about what he's wearing, but he's got like a really nice pair of boots on. You recognize them in your investigation instantly as boots of striding and springing.
Okay.
It's like, rest in peace. Ooh, nice shoes.
I love
What
it.
size are those, guys? What size are dwarven feet?
True. They're tiny.
These are one size fits all, I guess.
I think it's the springs sticking out the bottom of the heels that give it away. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to let everyone know that we're just whispering that I think these are possibly magical boots that are good for striding and springing.
Just going to eye up Sildar, try to read what he's thinking. Like, pro-desecration or anti-desecration?
I mean, they're not going to stride by themselves, huh?
There'd be better use on our feet than laying here in waste.
Does
I
Baron
propose
know?
that we take them with us.
Does the Baron know what the boots actually do? Like, I'm assuming he would know kind of what they are if he's seen them before.
He recognizes these, so he also knows exactly. Actually, you know what I'll say? He knows from what he has heard.
They're very similar to Sonic the Hedgehog if you've ever played that.
Yeah. He says it helps with sort of like it helps you move a little faster, helps you jump a little further. These from what he's heard of these boots.
Cool.
It's in the name.
Well, who wants to wear them? I think we should put them on. Someone that likes to spring around.
Sick. That would be useful. Get you into battle quicker.
The front line quicker and cleave my enemies with extra death.
What's your walking speed, Sig? Because you've got heavy armor. Is it 30? Oh, it is 30? Okay. Because it says your walking speed becomes 30 feet. Unless your speed is higher, then it's not reduced. But it also says if you're wearing heavy armor, it helps you if you're encumbered or anything. So really the only thing you're going to get from this is the ability to jump 3 times the normal distance.
Jumping
into battle, nice.
Yeah,
good.
So you'll literally be able to spring into battle.
I looked up the rules for jumping as well after our jumpy thing, and I think you can jump your strength distance if you're running. Get 10 feet running, otherwise it's half that.
Oh, look at them shoes!
Almost like it was planned.
That was not planned. That was amazing.
I think I'll just put these on.
Go ahead, they match your outfit amazingly.
Holy shit.
Given it was the group that picked Sig, that's pretty impressive.
That was good.
It's like it was destiny.
Spends the next few minutes putting them on his feet.
So you can jump 3 times your normal distance, but you can't jump further than your remaining movement would allow. If that makes sense. So what is it? So strength modifier, is it?
No, it's just your strength.
Not your modifier, your strength. So what's your strength, Reese? Not the modifier, but their number.
Yes, indeed. That number is 16.
So basically, you could leap 30 feet, because you can't do more than your movement. So
wow.
Well, you have to get a 10-foot run up.
There you go. So you can be able
to
do
your maximum thing, or it's half of your strength if you do it from a standing jump.
There we go. But so even half of your strength, you'd get 24 feet from a standing position.
That's good. And how high can you get?
You're the one. You're the one with the weed. What is it? What's the vertical? I know that's sort of distance. You're the one that read about jumping. What are you doing asking us?
Sorry, I'll look it up.
You can jump some.
Yeah.
which is
I'm going to
pretty
grab
awesome.
the flour. Oh, sorry. I'm just going to say I'm going to grab the bag of flour as well.
Okay. Yep. You can add that to your
Good
inventory.
idea. What else we got there? Some cooking oil, was it?
Lantern oil, and
Grab
I
it.
think the meat will be useful as well.
Yeah, there's like some meat, a couple of lanterns, some lamp oil, pickaxes, shovels, mainly mining gear. Like, it's not particularly valuable, but it might be useful if you're wanting it.
Check under his beard.
Well, there are 3 bedrolls. Who's
Yeah.
No, his beard.
Oh, yep. Sorry,
Beard.
Loris, get in there.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah.
I heard.
I am going to check under those bedrolls, though. I might find some spare change.
There is
See, when
no
when
spare
American
change.
says it, it sounds like bed. Not when Reagan, you say it,
Beard.
it sounds like beard. Yeah, see, beard. You say it longer than
Beard.
It should be bed, not beard.
Beard. Like, this is a beard.
It's a beard.
Oh, not this again.
Beard, not beard.
Beard.
I couldn't tell either.
Beard. Beard.
It sounds
Beard.
the same.
Come on. Come on.
Seriously, it sounds the same.
Beard. Anyway.
Oh no, that's carry on.
Okay.
I couldn't do that.
All right, yeah. So you guys have taken not Gundren, Thardan's boots. Sildar is just taking off one of the covers of one of the bedrolls and just placing it over the top of Thardan, while you guys are, I don't know, storming, looting these provisions.
I would like to actually say a quick elven prayer over his body in respect.
Please.
I have done so.
I was so ready to be like, oh, I have an inspiration point for that amazing.
Nah, it's not happening.
All
Last
right.
time I talked in Elvish, I was like, never again. That was so awkward.
Yeah,
Never again.
I'm still going to give you an inspiration point for doing that because that's nice and in character there. That's cool.
Let's just say, blessed be.
But in
Done.
Elvish, cool. Cool, Loris. You seem to be the closest to. You're kind of looking around on the roof for that pit that you remember going up into. Before your brain kind of loops everything back around the right way up, and you sort of see off to the northeast of this room. It just drops off. You can sort of see a little bit of the wall on the opposing side, maybe 10 to 15 feet from where it drops off. If you want to go over, you're welcome to take a look over.
We're looking over here, yeah?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I might just take a little look-see over there and see what I can see. I assume that's where the drop-off is.
Yeah, cool.
Ooh.
And as soon as you look into it, you kind of piece it all together. It's backwards and it's on the floor instead of being the other way around on the roof. But you've noticed that what looks to have happened here is that there's been a bit of like a collapse.
Okay.
It's about 10 foot wide. It's 20 feet deep. And there's a sturdy hemp rope is tied off around one of the nearby stalagmites, sort of off to the right there, to the eastern side of the room. And it's going off down into this pit. And it just dangles off into the side of the pit. And you can sort of... Sorry, carry on.
So from where I am, can I see, does it look like there's been digging in the pit, or is it just sort of collapsed in on itself?
It looks like it's just collapsed in on itself. And you can make out at either side of this pit just a smallish entrance on each side.
Okay,
So I don't know if you can see that there, but it's one there.
There's the dark
one there,
little gaps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Your light is not strong enough or at the right angle to be able to see what's through each of those holes.
So I'm noticing Sig having walked away from the thing. I'm just going to point to the rope and say, Sig, look, that leads down there. Let's check it out. And I'm going to wander over to said rope and check it first to make sure that it's fairly sturdy. But trusting that a dwarf has done it, I'm just going to assume that it's safe.
Yeah, give me an investigation tug.
Really? I want to give the team an investigation tug. Okay.
Roll for tug.
Roll for tug. Investigation. Here we go. I rolled an An 11.
Yeah, I mean, you give it a bit of a tug, and it seems to be quite sturdy.
Cool. So feeling that it's fairly sturdy, I'm just going to, slide down into the pit, and suggesting that Sig follows.
Sig turns to the group. Come on, this way. And then follows Mr. Loris down the rope.
Yeah, I'll just get a dex check from each of the people that are using the rope. Oh, make it a... What should it be? Strength? I'll let you guys choose whether you're choosing a strength or a dex.
No, I'm hell so doing strength in that case.
Am I able to, with my dark vision, see into either of those little entranceways down there?
From your current angle, you're not really seeing much. It's mainly the angle that's stopping you seeing through than anything.
I'm going to whisper, I'll cover you from above just in case something awful is done.
Oh,
and I'm
Bill.
going to take out my short bow.
Okay. So, Loris...
I rolled a 9.
You grab onto the rope and you make your way down. It's not elegant by any means, and you might have gotten a little bit of rope burn on top of that already burnt hand that is trying to be healed up. But you make it to the bottom okay. Reese, you try to follow suit and maybe get halfway down before slipping. And I'm going to get a D6 roll from you, please. Cool. You just take 2 damage as you hit the ground.
Steady on there, Tin Man.
Sig uses his heavy armor master to reduce the blunt damage by 3.
Oh, okay,
Which
cool.
means I gain 1 health.
But that's from weapons, isn't it?
That's
Piercing or bludgeoning damage.
That you take from non-magical weapons.
Correct.
Ooh,
it's
that's
not a weapon.
tough call.
The ground isn't a weapon.
Fair call. Worth a try.
Yeah, or is it magical? But either way, you are definitely taking 2 damage from that. The Baron just nimbly slides down effortlessly to the bottom and kind of looks at Sig on the ground, and Loris like rubbing his hands together in a little bit of agony.
Sig's magical boots sticking up in the air.
Yeah. And Bill just like grabs onto the rope and like with a little bit of flair just falls 20 feet down into the ground into the pit.
Now, with a natural 1.
So can I get 2d6 from you?
Oh my god.
Bill?
Oh, Bill.
You just you face plant the ground at the bottom of this pit, taking 9 damage.
Loris would just like to pick Bill up by the scruff of the neck and kind of plant him on his feet and brush him off and there. A tap on spell.
Sildar as well. He's just gonna see what he does as well.
I'm moving out of the way.
I mean, he follows like what Reese is doing. Sig was doing. He makes it halfway down before also sliding down this rope and hitting the ground, taking 4 damage.
So nimble.
And he's and he's just like, my knees. And he's just dusting off his knees, but he's taken a little bit of damage. American, you're the only one unscathed at the top. You've just watched a bunch of idiots just fall their way down into the pit in front of you.
Yeah, don't worry about us.
I'm just thinking, that looks really difficult.
Yeah.
But I am just watching just to make sure that there's no danger down there.
Yeah, you've spotted no danger.
I'm going to wait a bit just in case something attacks them.
Oh, okay.
I bow and arrow at the ready.
Okay, so you guys you haven't been quiet about what you're doing. But the other thing that I mentioned for Loris, but I'll mention again for you guys, is that there's almost every 2 to 5 minutes, there's just this booming sound of thunderous waves coming from somewhere. And it's shaking the ground ever so gently with each boom. The noise you've made isn't really out of the ordinary. It's quite a loud place. Some of you have hit the ground perfectly timed with this thunderous booming. Others have just added to the sound that's already in there. So how long do you want to wait, American? Because the other guys will obviously be doing something while you're waiting.
hoping for them to wave the all clear when there's an all clear. Have they investigated anything down there yet?
The rope is really easy to climb.
Yeah, it's all clear. Come on down. Well, you could stay up there and keep watch if you wanted to. I mean,
Bill just throws the okay sign from down the hole.
Yeah, cool.
He's like with like a chipped tooth and like a black eye, just like, yeah, that's good.
Sig would like to approach Mr. Bill and open up his little pouch and say, "Do you want some cheese? I hear that helps with sprained muscles and blood."
Sure.
And Sig offers Mr. Bill 6 pieces of cheese.
I've also rolled incredibly poorly as I make my way down the road.
How much cheese did you?
With a 5.
How much cheese did you squirt up before? You 6.
I had 6.
I see. You
and
give
I gave
him.
it all to Bill.
Okay.
Don't call it squirting out cheese. I don't like this.
What was that? Sorry, Bill.
I'll eat 5 pieces of cheese.
Okay, cool. And Sildar says, "Are you gonna eat that?" And pointing to the remaining piece.
did Sildar not regain any health when he slept, or did he?
He
not
just.
sleep?
Use
I
it.
just did. Well, yeah.
What was that? Sorry, Bill.
I did think to use it to save someone.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh no, that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. It's. I mean, it's. It's just my knees. It's okay. They're fine. No, you go ahead. That's fine. Eat 5. Just eat 5 and leave 1 for just saving someone. I mean, that's great. My knees. My knees are okay. Don't worry about it. Anyway,
because you can have it. You can have it.
No.
But
we need to save people, I guess.
We might need it later, like for you or for someone else.
I know what you're saying. Don't worry about it. My knees are fine. Just. We'll get
so passive aggressive.
We'll get through this. We'll get through this even if I'm holding you up. Don't worry about it.
I want you to have it.
As Sildar,
don't let him guilt trip you, Bill.
As Sildar and Bill are having this little passive aggressive back and forth, Mirakin just like crashes down into the ground next to you guys. Can you give me 2d6 as well, please, Mirakin?
I think my knees are going to be in trouble as well.
Not your knees. Oh, that's not too bad.
I have rolled a 4.
So you land like hands and knees, bam, onto the ground, just 20-foot drop, slamming, boom, into the ground, taking 4 damage.
He's like, ow, my hands and knees. My hands and knees.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Just looking at Sildar.
Well, I wouldn't be asking Bill for any of that cheese. He's probably holding on to that for like an emergency or something.
Yes, 'cause he's a very smart man. I would never dream of asking for something so petty. You're right.
And that's where we're going to end it. We're going to end it there, bruised and battered at the bottom of a pit.
Passive aggressive party bickering has hit its stride.
Wow.
We're good spelunkers.
This was great. That was so good.
Dexterity is not a good thing.
Just like 4 out of 5 of you just rolled terribly. Actually, sorry,
Hopefully
5 out of
there's no more.
you all
caving.
rolled pretty shit, except for Baron, who just flew down.
Yeah, he had a great time. Oh man, guys, you guys are in the Wave Echo Cave. You are in the lost mine of Phandelver, the thing
Yay!
that is all named after. This is amazing.
So soon.
And it's only
Well,
taken like 90 hours.
Now it's the found mine of Phandelver.
Yeah, we found it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good session, guys. Good session. What's who was taking notes? Now, Baron, you were saying that you wanted to take notes every session so we can talk about them at the end.
Oh, I didn't do it.
Wait, Bill was about to. Bill had his hand up.
Oh, sorry, John.
I have a question for the DM. Do you want us to like say, "Oh, we loot the bodies after every battle"?
If there is something of importance, I will probably let you know. Like in regards to the boots, yeah? Like I let you know about them without you saying, let's investigate and see what he's wearing or has on him. I did it as part of investigating his wounds just to see how he died. So if there's ways for me to sort of point things out, then I will. If there's ways for me to direct you towards something like I did with Loris at the end with the pit, I'll try and do that over waiting for possibly you guys to ask to look at something. Yeah.
Okay.
But feel free, if there's something you guys want to look at, please do say so, because I still might miss things.
I just kind of realized, like, with the Skelly Boy fight, we weren't like, oh, we're going to go around and loot all the corpses. Yeah,
there was nothing. You would have found nothing. There's just an undead group of things with weapons.
Even Billy.
That was a unique Billy. That one. That was a unique Billy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sig did stab him in the ear at the end.
Yeah, he got some goop out of his head. That's your prize for that fight.
Lucky.
Yeah. I think when it comes to enemies, it might be worthwhile asking what they've got on their bodies, because it's easier to ask that and me say, oh, okay, I forgot to check and they've got nothing, or oh, yep, I forgot to check and they've got this amazing thing. So yeah, it's probably best to ask when it comes to bodies, but not so much about rooms maybe. Yeah.
Cool.
What did you guys think of Billy Ogre? Yeah.
It was really scary, but cool.
Yeah.
It was freaky.
Yeah. I felt it was about time to have him ramp up a little bit.
Well, the fact that he turns up twice in a battle was like the streamer spent like let's get him to there and let's do it again. It was good. It
was really good. I was really painting over the fact that like the map was slowing down the visuals for everyone, and I was like, I really want to move on, but I also want to give the viewers Billy because they had obviously
twice.
Well, they'd paid for it. I can't say. We'll just leave that for another time. Sock Merchant just said it's...
You're the DM.
No, not for like that long though. Sock Merchant said it's time for Billy the Ancient Dragon.
Oh, come on, Sock. God. Every time he's out to kill us.
Yeah. But hey, let's ask the viewers what they thought of the session as well, because I thought it was pretty sweet. You guys destroyed those skeletons pretty quickly. You guys had a lot of plans for moving into this cave. I really appreciated like the thought that went into.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, Dave, I want to give you a point of inspiration for that plan of getting into its senses. And if I hadn't already given you an inspiration, American, for saying the prayer over it, I'd also give you inspiration for making that all happen as well. Just the plan of that and rolling it out was really cool.
That was the power of 4. The power of teamwork.
Power of teamwork. Bobslayer's asking.
I loved Loris's ritual. I thought that was like. Mwah.
Yeah, that was Dave. The role playing on that was friggin' so good. Everything about that was so well thought out. It was so cool.
I was thinking about it at work today when I should have been working, but
super good.
That's the correct way to do it, life.
Yeah. That threw me for a spin. I had to like go, oh shit, because like I thought, okay, you guys are going to send the spider in. Well, that's cool. I'll just send it in and like it'll be gone for an hour, and then it'll come out, and you'll be like, shit.
And
yeah.
Well, I thought because we were talking about it earlier the week, and we we're like, "Oh, we'll send the spider in to do some investigation." It was just like, well, that's not going to help us a lot because none of us speak spider bar American. It's like translating what the spider sees, and then I suddenly remember, wait a minute, I think American was talking about a spell that she had, but didn't want to use it because it would have cost a spell slot. And I was like, wait, I can do this.
Yeah, talking with the spider would have been if you weren't inhabiting the spider. I think trying to get that information out of the spider would have been really painful because it only has spider words.
Bitey. It's like really
it would have been very simplistic. Random Origins says thank you for putting on the Ring of Invisi.
That's so good.
Which just as a reminder,
artifact.
just as a reminder, it's still on your finger now, but you can see it.
You're going to have to play with it more, but there's more.
You've got to roll. You rolled a 1d8, right? So there's like obviously 8 other options for it to do something.
Possibly.
That's
mine's probably just chopping the finger right off. It's not really...
You've got to keep trying it. You've got to keep trying it.
Yeah, just go like one of those bar games.
Like Alien.
That's heaps of fun. Thanks, team.
That was great fun. Yeah.
So after all that talk about taking notes, Shannon, you were just like, nah, not this time.
Well, I remembered like halfway through this time.
Half
fair.
notes
We
would
can
have
use
been
our
done.
brains instead, though.
That is true. And the recap that I put together for next week.
Yeah, the recap does so much more work for note taking. It's brilliant.
Well, although I thought this might help with the recap.
True.
Yeah, because I always forget like things that happened. Like I know that we had the shop and
Yeah, you
all
did.
that
The
sort of
shop was
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun to bring that back in.
Now, Sig, show me how to make braces.
There you go.
Oh, so cool.
Amazing!
Is there a video on how to make those yet, Sig?
Not the braces per se, but
Of course,
I'm
mine would
wearing
be
them when I talk
leather.
about my hammer.
I will say that
That's really
the piece of paper with the shopping list on it, if you had have looked at it the next morning, it would have been blank. And it would have been blank whether you had ordered the stuff or not. So you just got in.
Oh.
You just got in with your ordering.
It's like the receipts you get these days, and they just sort of fade.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
left it in the car too long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was
just disappear.
written on carbon paper.
yeah, the ink just fades. Brilliant.
So Octoboss is saying initial impressions from half of the first session. Sig, was it Sig MVP? MVP
Yeah,
character
Sig
voice.
MVP.
Thank
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Octobot.
American
Appreciate
MVP roleplay moment. There you go. That's pretty sweet. Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
We need this kind of feedback. We need that. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Octobus.
I'm gonna
That's
give that
seriously cool. Oh, there we go. There we go. We can some of that on. All right.
It is the way of Echo Cave, after all.
Which is a good time to say, if you like what we are doing, definitely give us a follow. If you really like what we're doing and you want to have access to our little emotes that we've got, as well as a chance to win one of the t-shirts that you get to choose the design and the color and the size, give us a subscription as well. If you don't want to do that, that's totally cool. It's completely free, and you can even come and chat to us in Discord as well. Talk about what we've been doing tonight, what we've been doing the rest of this campaign. Maybe talk about what you're playing if you're playing D&D, or just talk about anything. If you liked tonight's session, there's been 26 others that are available on YouTube or Twitch as well. And you can follow us on Twitter or join our Facebook group. We're pretty much everywhere. But I think the big question coming up over the next few weeks is what's next? What's next? Because this campaign's definitely getting close to an end. Or is it? Like that? Did you guys even take a look to see how big that map was? Or
No, I didn't get a
First of
chance.
17 levels.
Given we came in on the corner, and it sort of looked like it could expand out quite large. So there's probably a fair bit of investigating in this cave that we could do.
yeah, it's a mine, right? So it's pretty big.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be quite big.
And they called it a mine.
So that was my penultimate session before I go away.
That's right. So you're going. So
curious.
you've got next Monday, and then
Yeah, and then
you're
I'm
away
done.
for two
Yeah, for 2.
sessions. Now I've been talking to someone about taking over Loris, and I just want to make sure you're okay with it, because what we could do is just have Loris float away for 2 weeks. I don't know, disappear for 2 weeks, can be raptured or something for 2 weeks. So it's
No, I'm cool with someone taking over and being involved and keeping him there, because he's kind of useful in parts. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So what I might get from you anytime between now and 2 Mondays from now, so before you leave, is how you want Loris played, because I'll be giving that to the person who's taking over, and we'll talk about who's taking over in maybe end of next week. We'll talk about who's going to take over Loris for a couple of weeks.
Awesome.
But he's super excited. He's super excited to join in. So that's cool.
Nice. It'll give me something to watch when I get back.
Yeah. And you all have heard his voice, is all I'll say.
Billy's.
It's Billy's playing Loris.
Billy's coming back as Loris. Look out, everyone.
It was a Dilda. Dilda was now Loris.
Is that it? Are we good? Are we all good to go?
Good. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and thank you guys for playing. You always make it an absolute pleasure. So we'll see you guys at the same time next week to see what happens in the Lost Cave. Goodbye.
Stay.
Bye.